All right, guys, let's go ahead and dive into session 29 of Trouble in Theondir. Panic, fear, terror. Everything moved too quickly. Bholen, you did not even have time to scream to your fellow adventurers as you were suddenly overpowered and dragged by two figures adorned in black robes out of a side door of the Crystalline Cavern Inn where the group had stopped for some respite. As you are thrown up against a snowbank along the outside wall, the back of your neck is revealed for a brief second, displaying the mysterious markings that had been burned into your back. The leader of the two bursts out with surprise as he pulls out a knife and shreds the back of your robe. The markings! It is the same markings as the tiefling girl. Hurry! Get him to the cartographer. And with that, the same black cloth figure pulls out a fist-sized, white, glowing orb, and with a brisk swing slams it down on top of your head, Bholen. A deep thud reverberates through the snow and shakes the ground and walls of the inn. Remember, you have been grappled and restrained because you failed the strength test. And now, Bholen, I need you to give me a Constitution save.
What? All right. Constitution is that minus? Ooh, that is a 7.
Oh boy.
7, okay. Bholen, as you're struggling to get yourself out of the grip of these two guys, the orb comes crashing down on your head, and there is a burst of bright light. And suddenly, it's as if a wall of glass comes around you, and you find yourself encased within a 6-foot orb around you. You can see out and hear what is going on around you outside, but everything is distorted. You can hear the voices, you can see slightly what's going on, but you're now encased within a glass sphere. Everyone else, as you're sitting in the bar, drinking, eating, resting up, all of this happened very quickly. You hardly had time to notice. I want you all now to give me a perception check.
Oh boy.
I'll roll for the Duke if he's not there.
Yeah, I'm here. I'll be back down, but just roll for me, Matt.
All right, Duke. No good.
Well, I rolled a 2, so that was great.
I got a 14.
14?
I have 16. Is there plus or minus to perception somewhere?
Yes.
Yep.
Depends on
It's
what
in the
got
character
a-
sheet.
14 as well.
Yeah, so
Oh,
total of a 4 for me.
oh my goodness.
Perception plus 2. Wow, 18.
18.
Oh, there
Okay.
we go.
Dzien, the rest of the guys are enjoying their meals, enjoying their drinks, having a jolly old time, finally in a place that's a bit warmer than the outside was. You are the only person, when you look over, you notice that Bholen is no longer sitting on the end of the bar where he was before. He is gone, disappeared.
So rather than go after him, since I know people are all more familiar with each other, I'll just say, "Where's Bholen? Does anyone know where he went?"
I look up from eating and drinking, and every time someone leaves the table, we get in a fight. Literally, every time someone gets up early and goes somewhere, we fight.
Maybe he went to the bathroom or something? Would he have told us if he's doing that?
How
Alright.
long have we been sitting eating, Matt? Like a couple minutes or like?
Oh, you've been there for like a good 45 minutes, I think.
Oh, okay. I'm probably pretty good then.
And then, is there a lot of people in the? What is this? An ice castle or something?
Yeah, it's like a it's basically a bar / inn made out of ice. You guys are sitting at ice tables with like fur and skin on the seats.
That's right.
And you've got glasses that are made out of ice, and you're drinking and eating cold dishes, meats and things like that. Remember, the bartender, the innkeeper, was this sort of wispy, airy spirit who greeted you as you came in.
Can't
Well, I suppose since I made the roll, yeah, I'll get up with my drink, of course, and I'll just start to poke around, look around for him. Like, yeah, is it very busy? Is there a lot of people?
There weren't many people when you came in, but over the last 45 minutes or so, a few more people have sort of dropped in now, as it's gotten to be a little bit later now, and people are looking to get some meals and food.
All right, I'll make my way towards the door then.
Okay.
So, feeling uneasy.
I'll finish my ale or whatever wine that I'm drinking, and then I'll walk out after him.
And as you guys are heading to the door, you suddenly feel this thud. Something, this deep resonating thud that reverberates through this bar, and some of the ice sculptures and things start to crack a little bit and to shake. Some of the snow kind of falls down. Something happened outside that really laid this deep bass sound right outside the door. So you guys get to the door. The rest of you, what do you want to be doing?
Do we all notice it, everybody? Or?
Yeah, the thud was, there was no way you missed it.
Do any of the other patrons, is it an earthquake based on what the other patrons are doing? Or
give me a quick perception check.
6.
6. Niv, you catch a few people sort of looking over their shoulders, a little confused, but you don't really pick up any of the conversation or anything.
But they're not freaking out.
They're not running out the door, no. Looking more, I guess, perplexed and confused.
Are me and Jen by the front door yet?
Yeah, you went off to the side door, yep.
Okay.
Is there
is there a bartender or like a server or anybody near us?
No, over by the bar still. So that means
Okay.
you're quite a ways away at this point.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess I keep walking and I tell over to Jen. I'm like, "Yep, I called it." Start heading towards the door a little bit.
Here we go again.
Yeah.
The rest of you guys?
I'm gonna keep eating, I guess.
Yeah.
To me, it doesn't seem like anything's out of the ordinary.
Yep. Okay.
Unless they come over and are they concerned about where Bholen might be, or from this thud?
I think we're too unfamiliar with this place to know.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it. Maybe we're on a glacier and it moves from time to time. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yes, I'm not going to think anything of it, probably. And I'm going to assume that Bholen is like...
In the can or something?
Yeah, exactly. The outhouse.
So Dzien and Traego, you get to the door and begin to open the door outwards, and you have to push a little bit. The snow is quite deep outside of this door. Both of you, give me a survival check.
Survival. Whoa.
That's not.
And
better.
you're dead.
12.
That is a -1, so a 4.
A 4.
Again.
Okay, Traego. There's nothing relevant that you see when you open the door. But Dzien, immediately you see that there's a set of tracks going out that is joined by 2 other sets of tracks that goes around the corner of the building. So you see a set of 3 tracks moving around the building. So I misspoke. From the door, there is a set of 3 tracks going around the corner of the building.
Okay, yeah. I'll just quickly look around and follow the tracks and, I don't know, say Traego, follow me.
Okay, are you going to be doing it stealthily, or are you just going to be running around the corner?
I
don't
think
see any tracks, so I'm
tracks,
just following him.
I don't think I'm suspicious yet enough,
Yeah.
so I think I'd probably, and again, I'm unfamiliar with this place, so I'd probably just walk around into the alleyway or wherever.
Duke, can you give me a D20 roll, please?
The Duch van Vorgadang. 3.
3. Okay, at this point,
Never mind.
at this point, the sky is still holding out. There's not really that much of a storm, although it's beginning to snow a little bit. So your visibility is getting cut down just a little bit as it begins to lightly snow, and some of the tracks are getting covered up. But Dzien, as you make your way around the corner of the building, you come around, and there you catch just a quick glimpse of 2 black-robed individuals who seem to be shuffling around with something in their pocket and beginning to walk around the corner. And you notice that the tracks, the set of 3, have now become 2 as they begin to walk away.
Is it clear to me that Traego is a rogue, and would I know that stealthiness is his purview?
Yeah, I think
Basically,
so.
like suggesting. Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Is
All right,
that
so
like
I'll go forward and try to sneak up behind him.
All right, give me a stealth check, Traego.
Okay, give me something good. Okay, that's gotta be better. All right, what's my stealth at now? 23.
23. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So, Dzien, are you staying in place, watching this, and letting Traego go ahead?
Yeah, if he starts to get out of eyesight, I'm gonna try to keep him within eyesight.
Okay. So, Traego, you are able to slide through the snow ever so stealthily and to begin to track and trail these 2 individuals as they are leaving this place, the corner where they were standing. It's hard to tell exactly how who they are. I mean, they're completely covered in these black robes from head to foot. It's black all the way down, dark faces. You can't really see anything. Their hands are covered with dark gloves. And your perception is starting to get worse and worse as the snow is starting to pick up a little bit more at this point. You begin to follow them as they begin to make their way across the courtyard from where this ice cavern was. And they start heading down this little alleyway. Coming down, and the alleyway gets a little bit narrower and narrower. You see there's a few shops at the end of the alleyway, and they're heading that direction. What do you want to do at this point?
How far away from the bar are we?
At this point, you've got about 150, 200 feet.
Okay, shoot, I can't mess
Across
back
the corridor,
those guys then. Yeah, I'll keep following. I can't see what they have in their hands or what they were doing. They don't
Give me a
have
perception check. If you roll really high, I'll give you some info here.
It's barely better. It's a 12.
12? You didn't see very much. You just saw that they put something into their robe. One of them, the leader, put it into his robe. The guy who was in front put something into his robe. The other guy is clearly grabbing something around his waist. So, yeah, hard to
Okay.
say what that is.
Does it seem like they're trying to be stealthy about it, or are they just like whatever, walking like they would normally?
It seems like they are intentionally trying to get somewhere quickly without causing a lot of a ruckus.
Okay, I will keep following then.
Okay, give me a perception check, and I'd say actually with advantage because you're pretty stealthily following behind them now. You have your eyes pretty well affixed on them.
Yeah, thank you for the advantage. So perception, that's going to be 21. Fine.
Okay. As they begin to walk down this alleyway, you notice that at one point, the guy behind, the second guy, looks over and makes a gesture down one of the alleyways, one direction, looks down the other way and makes another gesture as the 2 of them then continue to move down this alleyway towards the end of it.
And do I recognize the gesture?
No, you didn't. It wasn't anything done in like Thieves' Cant or anything like that. It wasn't any sort of special gesture of that sort. But it was more a sort of some sort of hand signal that he made.
Right.
Kerrhylon, I'm gonna head back to you just for 1 second. When you're sitting at this bar, eating, you notice as you're eating, you're looking down on your plate. And you're cutting your food, your meats. And as you're about to take a bite, as you look down at your fork, the plate, you catch a slight glimpse of your amulet that begins to glow ever so slightly blue. Not extremely brightly, but there's just a slight glow, as if it just slightly turned on. But nothing noticeable by anybody else. But you're trained to see these sort of things. You notice just a small glimmer in your amulet.
I'm just sitting there. How many other people, like, you said it's getting busier and busier.
Yeah.
And did I notice that Traego and Mike, did I see them walk out? Did I see them?
I would say, yeah, you clearly saw them stand up and they didn't say anything. They just kind of headed out. So you didn't really know what they were doing. You didn't ask them.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of get up and nonchalantly kind of walk around the room to see if it gets brighter.
Okay. As you walk around the room, it doesn't change at all. It stays that sort of constant, faint glow. But it's almost as if something turned on in the last couple seconds that wasn't there before. As if there's something getting closer, converging.
Getting closer. Okay. I'm gonna go. Actually, I'm gonna tell Nib. First of all, I'm gonna tell Nib that something's going on. Something's coming up. Normally, I would go to Bholen, but he's not there. And then I'll ask Nib if he knows kind of where did the other two go. What everybody seems to be disappearing.
I not noticed them though, right, man?
No.
Okay. So at that point, I guess I look around. I don't know. Maybe they went to the bathroom. I don't know why. Is something up?
Yeah, I mean, my amulet is kind of glowing a little bit, which means that we're near undead, or something's near us that is undead or coming close.
So can I take a look? Are we in a corner? Or are we in a private booth? Where are we at in this place, man?
You guys are just kind of sitting up by the bar here, kind of just along the whole edge of the bar, and Bholen was on the far end of it.
Okay. Yeah, can I just take a real low-key look around?
Yeah.
See if I see any undead people.
Give me a
I don't know
perception
if I
check.
know what they look like.
Give me a perception check. Roll high.
10.
You want me to do one?
50%.
Go ahead, Kerrhylon. Yeah, go ahead. Niv, you don't notice anything that looks very suspicious.
I got a 13.
13. Same thing for you also, Kerrhylon. Nothing seems very strange. People are dressed in quite heavy clothing here, so I mean it's even hard to tell like what kind of what kind of individuals or persons or creatures you're even dealing with. They're all humanoid, but everyone's dressed up with really heavy clothes.
So do I know that Traego and Mike went out the front door?
Yeah, you saw them head off on the side door.
All right, I'm gonna go just stick my head out and see if they're out there and ask them what's going on.
Well, before you go, how does your amulet actually work? Does it get brighter? Does it get dimmer, farther away? What's its range?
That's a good question. Isn't it like 30? I think it's like 30 foot or something. I don't know. It gets brighter as we get closer to people who are undead.
So then, doing some mental measuring, Matt, is this room we're in bigger than 30 feet, or smaller?
It is bigger than 30 feet. Yeah.
Okay.
So the dude's got to be in here.
So yeah, we should tell everybody else who's there. How many of us are left?
I think it's just
Just
you,
you
me,
two,
and
and the Duke.
The Duke. Okay.
The Duke.
The Duke is eating
It's
his
an
nuts
80s.
right now.
It's an 80s sitcom.
The
You
Duke
two and the
vibes.
Duke.
You, me, and the dude.
Thursdays at 8.
Back to.
Okay, so,
Sorry. Go ahead, Kerrhylon. Yeah.
So obviously, there could be somebody in the room with us right now who's undead, and it's not like we're gonna go through and start ripping off clothes and trying to find the person. And I
So
could make
is
the incantation, which would force them to flee from me, but I don't know if we want to do that.
Is there an upstairs or a downstairs that we see?
There is an upstairs. Yeah.
Have we seen anyone go up there?
In the time you've been sitting there, I would say you haven't really been thinking about it, haven't noticed much. And with the perception checks you guys have been rolling, I would say you've been too busy eating. But yeah, there is indeed there's like a spiral staircase made out of ice that is off to the right of the bar.
Sounds
where you
like
can
a
actually
motion
head up to
hazard.
get some rooms if you'd like to stay there.
So as I walk around the room, it doesn't seem to be getting any brighter.
Not as you're walking around the room. It seems to stay constant, the same kind of light glow.
I'm gonna go up the spiral staircase.
Okay. As you begin to climb the spiral staircase, Kerrhylon, it's a really beautifully, ornately carved ice sculpture. You get to the top of this spiral staircase, and it opens up into a corridor with several rooms on the right side with wooden doors that are separating them. There's a total of 5 different rooms there. And strangely enough, as you climb the spiral staircase, your amulet gets a little bit brighter.
Oh, geez. Okay.
Let's pause you for a second there. Let's go back over to you, Bholen. Bholen, as you are stuck in this strange structure, you're beginning to sort of panic. This is an incredibly odd thing, and you're being shaken kind of side to side as you're moving. You don't know exactly where you're heading at this point, but you see in front of you a light coming from a building, and you hear these 2 muffled voices talking to themselves as they head towards this door. Is there anything you want to try to do or think about while you're inside of this sphere?
Can I move, or am I like basically? You said I'm grappled and restrained, right? So I can't move. I can't do anything basically.
You were grappled and restrained by one of the guys, but now that you're inside of this sphere, it's as if it's kind of like a like a big bubble around you. Yeah.
Okay. So I could cast spells.
You
or
can,
try.
yeah.
I could try.
You can try, yeah.
If I pound on the walls, can the other 2 guys hear me or see me? If I'll pound on it and like start yelling and screaming.
Yeah. As your hand hits it, there's like this kind of some magical resistance, which immediately gives you the sense that this isn't just an ordinary glass sphere. I mean, it's a magical sphere. So there is some sort of magical skin on the inside of this, or the entire thing is magical for all you know.
Do I get a reaction from the 2 people or figures I can see on the side that they noticed that I'm making noise? Or
give me a perception check with disadvantage because of the distortions.
Roll stop.
And while you're doing that, Dzien, I want you to think about how far you have gone away and what you still see. So back to.
You said
I make a note that I need some chewing tobacco because I'm getting nervous and fidgety here in the alleyway.
You said
perception check with disadvantage. Yep.
With disadvantage, 24.
24.
Whoa.
I rolled a 16 and a 17, and I have a plus 8.
So you do in fact notice that as you begin to bang around, that one of the distorted faces, there's a hand that sort of wrapping around this orb. You see a sort of distorted face, a large distorted face looking down at the orb, and then looking up. You hear some muffled voices again, and suddenly, now, the ball gets extremely bright. It was quite dark, but the ball is now bright in a way it wasn't before.
The ball I'm encased in?
Yep, as if illuminated from the outside. And at this point, Traego, you see these 2 men. One of them reaches into his pocket and pulls out something, and you see them both step through a door of a shop at the end of this corridor.
Okay. And how far away are they, is the door?
They're about 60, 70 feet at this point.
Okay, and how far away, in between, those little cross alleys where he made his little gesture? How far in?
You're about 20 to 30 feet between those. Those kind of are in between you and the end of the alleyway there.
Okay. And is Dzien coming up behind me?
I don't know, Dzien. What are you doing?
Dzien.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to stay still within eyeshot of Traego, although I don't like it.
Okay, so we're
I'm
about
starting to get nervous.
300 feet from the tavern that we were at.
Yeah, about that now. Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna turn back and I'm gonna cast message back to Dzien. Go get the others. There's danger, and I'm gonna wait there. For him to go get.
And then this is fairly easy to find, right? I don't need to leave a trail of breadcrumbs or anything.
No, it's pretty easy. You just went straight across this courtyard, heading towards one of the several alleyways. There's several alleyways here, but I mean, you can remember which one from some of the markings and things.
So I will make haste back to the inn.
Kerrhylon, let's run up back to you again. What do you want to do?
I want to go back down the stairs and tell Niv that there's definitely something upstairs. There's undead upstairs. And try to figure out where everybody else is, because this could be a problem. I'm not going to tell the Baron. I don't think the Baron really probably doesn't want anything to do with this. Just kind of pull Niv aside and say, look, there's undead upstairs.
I am a duke, sir.
Let him just keep eating.
So I actually have a question about that. Is it automatically bad if there's undead around? Like, are there any undead who are like normal citizens who pay taxes and junk?
Give me a quick history check, Jen.
History check.
Yeah, for the history of this town.
4.
What
about where we come from, though, too, Matt?
You don't, Jen. You don't have any idea about this, the history of this place. So you don't know if it's normal for undead to be here or not. Presumably not, because I mean, undead usually aren't around in the general public. But you really don't know anything about this. But what did you say, Niv?
What about back where we come from? Are they abominations there too?
Yeah, in Theondir or from the mainland, yeah, typically you don't run into them very often. But you have heard stories about more and more showings of undead over on the main continent where King Felwood is running the show. There have been rumors spreading out about that, as if there has been an influx of undead there. And strangely enough, you did have a run-in with this undead dragon lich, if you remember this, in the Sincari Academy, that burst through the protective magical barrier. And you guys wisely enough fled from that. So there have been more incursions of undead into these areas of recent weeks and months and years.
So they're danger. You wouldn't necessarily see one at a freak show or something. Like
No.
At the circus.
No.
Okay.
Usually means something bad is going on. All right, so I'll tell Niv, like, Niv, there's something weird going on here. There's some undead or something upstairs that's making my hammock go crazy. We should probably check it out, but I don't know where everybody else went. I don't want to do this just you and I.
Because who sent us to this place? The Duke said he knew this. Is that correct?
It was Lady Drelden, right? Where she gave us passage.
She gave you the.
Well, she
she
sent
gave you
us to the
provided the
town.
ships.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
the ship.
the Duke knows about the bar.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna pipe up and say we should leave.
I'm going to ask the Duke, why did you bring us to a bar full of zombies?
Well, it's been a while since I've been here, and I didn't realize things were like this.
The bar's taken a real dive in the last few years.
Clientele is really tanked.
Gone over to the undead in recent years.
Do I believe him, or am I suspicious of
Give me an insight check.
motivations?
Give me an insight check.
Matt,
I
do
don't
you
even know if
remember?
I believe myself.
Did we take a long rest? Have we taken a long rest since?
I believe you did. On the ship, you got a good long rest in when you came in. Yeah.
At least one. Okay.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So you guys are
okay.
good.
19.
19. I mean, he seems to be telling the truth. Yeah. You don't find anything suspicious about what he said. You can believe him on this one. Yeah. That this is something. This is something novel for him as well.
That's good to know. We gotta get out. We gotta skid out, boys.
I'm kind of. I need to know more about this because this is, this is kind of part of who I am, and so I kind of want to find out what's going on. And
Because did we get rooms yet? Like, do we have our stuff upstairs in a room?
No. You guys just came in and you're. You purchased rooms, but you haven't gone up to them to stay. You're just eating right now.
While
Okay.
these butt nuggets argue about it, I'm going out the door.
Okay.
So I suggest to Kerrhylon that we go up to our rooms. Because are we all in the same room, or do we each have our own room?
don't have rooms.
No, he said we paid for them.
I think you guys, if I remember correctly, we'll just say you guys got 3 different rooms.
Okay.
There are 5 rooms up here on the top level.
Well, so it could be that they're in one of our rooms too. So I'm going to go up to our rooms and check them out.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
going to go up there too.
Kerrhylon, you have who has the keys, by the way, for the rooms?
Me, I have one.
Kerrhylon has one of them. All right. Kerrhylon, on your room, you have the number 3 on your ring, your key ring.
Right.
Traego, I just want to say one thing here quickly. Give me another perception check.
That's a 12.
12. Okay. Yeah, you see that these two men go into this room and then they slam the door behind them, and it sounds from where you are. You're still 30, 40 feet away, but it sounds as if you can hear a sort of a metallic sound, as if the door is being locked and from the inside.
Okay. And is Jen on his way back towards where we were eating, the tavern?
Yeah, I'm basically gonna run into the Duke as he's leaving. Like the Three Stooges, we're gonna get caught in the door.
Right. So this little cross alley where he was making his gestures.
Yep, both to the left and the right.
Are like right around there. Is there a place to climb up on top of the buildings? Like how tall are the buildings?
Yeah, the buildings are not super tall. You could try to get on top of them if you want to get on top of a roof. It would give you an upward look down.
Is that an acrobatics check?
Give me an athletics check.
An athletics.
If you want to try to climb the wall.
Ooh, all right. So climbing is not my suit. Very strong for me. So I'm actually not gonna try climbing because I probably just fall. I'm gonna stealth up to the one side of the alley and try to look across the other side, and see what I can see, and if there's anything I could hide behind to try to.
I mean, there's various there's snow piles everywhere here, for one thing, and there's also various barrels and crates and things that have been placed around, discarded. So there's plenty of things you could sneak into. It's probably good you didn't try to climb the wall, because if you would have failed that, you would have lost your stealth. But you're able to find a place on the corner that would give you a line of sight down the alleyway. Give me a perception check when you do that.
Matt, I want to do something too when we're in between.
Okay.
Okay. That's an 18.
18. Okay. You look down the alleyway to the right. You went to the left side, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. You look down the alleyway to the right, and you don't see much there. But what you do see is there's an old rickety cart there, and standing off to the side of the rickety cart, you can barely see it. Someone crouched down behind it, and you see just ever so slightly some black fabric coming around the side of one of the wheels, one of the spoked wheels on the cart.
Okay.
Take that information. Let's go to the Duke.
Yep.
And then I want to jump back to Kerrhylon.
All right, so I went outside. Remind me what time of day it is. I'm sorry. It's night.
So
right?
you're in the afternoon, right, at this point.
Okay, so are there any shops of miscellaneous goods?
Yeah, there's you guys went into the clothing store before.
Is there a place that has like gunpowder?
That's a good question. Let me
or more specifically fireworks.
There is a shop that looks to be a magical shop.
Okay, I want to go to the magical shop.
Yeah, when you come closer, it has a little sign on the top. It says Majid's Magic, and there's a small door. It's like the size of a gnome door, so it's not a normal sized door. You'd have to sort of crouch down to get in there.
Crouch and crawl through it.
Okay, so you crawl into this magic shop. By the way, the snow is starting to pick up even more now. It does seem like a snowstorm is starting to move in. So the wind is picking up now. Visibility is getting cut down even more. So keep that in mind now as you guys are moving around. Kerrhylon, I want to run back to you. You're up in this hallway, this icy hallway with these sort of skin on the floor so you don't slip on the ice. You're walking down the hallway, I presume, towards your room number 3. Is there anything you want to be doing at this point?
I want to be keeping an eye on my amulet as I walk up there, because I'm assuming I have to walk by a couple of the rooms
Yeah.
I want to see if they notice it getting brighter.
As you walk down the hallway.
I'm right behind him too, man.
Okay,
but-
your amulet begins now to glow even brighter and even brighter, and you get to room 1, and it is like maybe twice as bright as it was before. And you keep walking, and you get to the second room, and it is now extremely bright. And you keep walking to your third room, and it actually gets a little less bright at that point. So it was the brightest at room number 2, right next to your room number 3.
Okay. I tell Niv, and do I have my short swords with me, or no? I probably left them in my room.
I think you still have all your stuff with you, yeah.
Okay. I tell Niv about it seems like room number 2 is where something weird is going on. The lock, is it one of those ones where I could look through the lock, the keyhole?
There's a keyhole, yeah.
Can I look through and see if I can see anything?
Give me a perception check to see what you can see.
Oh, I got a 9.
9. It's a little too hard to see. This keyhole's not quite as easy to see through as other ones that you've looked through before. So you don't see much.
I try to listen at the door and just kind of put my ear up to the door. Can I hear anything?
With the perception of 9, I would say you don't hear much, but what you do hear is a slight noise of wind and a creaky noise. That's what I'll give you with a 9.
Yeah, that's all I get with a 9.
The creek is a rockin'. No, never mind.
I don't know what to do at this point. I mean, I want to bust the door down because who knows what's going on.
Bholen, let's run back to you for a second. As this orb around you suddenly gets extremely bright, you hear some more muffled speech, and now it sounds as if you hear a third voice and some intense conversation, almost sort of shouting. You hear this clicking noise, like metal, as if there's some metal like locking mechanism that fell into place, and it's extremely bright in this room. And there is another thud. And at this point, it's as if you got hit on the head again. There's a bright flash of light. And at this point, you open your eyes, and you are now standing in this room with these two guys on top of you, jump on you to grapple you again. Give me a strength check.
Jeez. Everybody relax.
Oh, yes.
Strength check is... Ooh.
Using software to do dice rolls?
Yeah. 18.
18. Okay, the first guy I rolled a natural 1, so he goes to try and grab you, and you pull away from him. The second guy, however, the guy who had previously grappled you, I rolled a natural 20. He grabs you, slams you down on the table. And now you look around, and you are in this room, a wooden room. Wooden floor, wooden walls, wooden ceiling, and there's sort of all sorts of different kinds of books and piles of parchment around you, candeliers hanging from the ceiling with candles lit up, and you are in the middle of this table. Around you, there's all sorts of ink pens, ink wells. There's a bunch of parchment there, and there's a little gnomish figure standing on the other side, holding an ink pen in his hand, quivering, looking up at these other two guys. The guys next to you are dressed entirely in black, and one of them is holding you down, holding you extremely firmly down onto this table, and you hear one of the other guys shouting out to him, "All right, Cubus, it's time. We need a map." And the first guy flips you over, face down, taking a knife. The other guy comes and drags it across your robe, tearing your robe off, exposing your back entirely. And he tells him to get to it. So this little gnomish figurine walks over and takes a piece of parchment, sets it onto your back, and takes out his ink well and his ink pen and begins now to trace the outside ring on your back. And he gets a template of sorts and goes back and sits down at his desk and says, Well, it'll take me a few hours. You can probably imagine, probably 5 hours to work on this. And the other guy says, "We don't have 5 hours. Can you do it in 2.5?" He reaches down and touches his knife as if threatening the guy. "Oh, I'm sure I can do it in 2.5. Just give me 2 hours and I'll have this thing done." And he gets down and starts working away. The other man is holding you down, glaring at you. Is there anything you want to do? Say.
I can't move, I'm assuming.
You're grappled at this point.
Okay.
I'll give you another check in a little bit.
But I can speak.
You can speak, yeah.
Okay. There's one guy holding me, right?
Yep. One guy holding you down. The other guy is next to you. And then you have this little gnomish figure busy away at his desk now.
Can I try and cast command on the guy that's grappling me, holding me down?
Does it require?
It's verbal. It is
only
verbal.
verbal. Okay. Yes.
So I will try to cast command and speak release.
Okay, and he needs to make, is it a Constitution or Wisdom save?
Wisdom save.
Wisdom save. What is your spell DC on that one?
14.
14. Okay. Here we go. It goes through. What do you want to say?
Release.
Immediately, he lets go of you, takes a step back. The other guy looking over at him is confused. What are you doing? And he reaches for his blade now. What do you want to do, Bholen?
How much time do I... Did they take all my stuff? Like, am I basically... I don't have any, like, say, for instance, my holy symbol?
All of that is in a pile under the table when they ripped off your cloak. All that's on the ground now. So you're basically just bare hands at this point.
You're in your small clothes.
Yeah. Hold on. I don't remember. Sorry.
Also, I'm not okay with him using a computer to roll numbers. There's no such thing as a random number generator. That's why they do the lottery with ping pong balls.
Okay, so as I see this, I'm going to just kind of put my hands on the ground and cast Burning Hands on the floor.
Okay.
And basically ignite any flammable objects, if it's all wood.
Oh boy.
It is a very dry wooden floor. So at this point, you go down and you cast Burning Hands, and the floor now begins to smolder, and a small flame starts to break out. There's nothing extremely flammable. It's just very dry wood. And at this point now, both the first guy, command lasts just until the action is done.
I think it's like a minute.
Yeah, so he released you, and I'm assuming at that point that the release command has taken its effect. The other guy is going to jump on top of you now and try to restrain you again. Give me another strength check. 21 for me. Grabs you again, this time throws you down onto the floor, commands the other guy now to get some rope, and he pulls out a length of rope from his pouch, and they begin to tie you up now. Gag him too, he says. So he puts out a piece of rope and ties it around your neck as well, in your mouth, gags you up. The little gnomish guy is frantically working, looking scared at this point. No blood in my shop, no blood in my shop. It is only ink. That is all I use, ink, just ink. And you look now on the floor as you're pushed down to the floor, and there are spots of ink all over on the floor from many, many hours of map making, cartography work where he spilled ink. And there's some of the ink is still fresh, so he's been working here recently. We'll leave it there for a second. Run back over to Dzien and Traego.
Okay. He's not back yet with the others, obviously. Dzien hasn't gotten back. How far away is where that other guy's hiding? How far away is he and the cart that he's by?
That's about 35 feet down the alleyway.
Yeah. That's too far for me to do that. Hold on here, one second. I'm gonna send him a message. I'm gonna point at him. I have my little copper or whatever the hell thing I have.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna point at him and I'm gonna go behind and whisper behind you. See what he does.
You're gonna whisper behind you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Do you with the messaging spell? Are they able to communicate back to you?
Yep. They can reply,
Okay.
and I hear it.
Okay. So as you whisper this behind you, you hear this, and you see this sort of cloaked head poke up and spin around and look like really quickly behind it. No spoken words, just this sort of gurgling sound coming from him.
Okay. And do I recognize anything about them? Are they obviously humanoid?
He's humanoid for sure, or it is humanoid.
But
Yeah.
they have like cloaks and stuff on. I can't tell.
Yeah.
And I don't recognize the language.
No.
And is he still looking behind him?
Yes.
Okay. And I don't hear anything of the commotion going on in the...
No, the last thing you heard was this like thud of the metal, and I would say if you're focused on this other guy here, then you weren't really paying enough attention to hear any thuds or anything going on in the room there.
I don't know what these guys are doing. That's the problem. I'm gonna sit and wait there, and keep an eye on and see what they do.
All right, Kerrhylon, let's run back to you.
All right, so we're outside the door number 2. I'm gonna knock on the door.
Well, because is it? I'm gonna ask Kerrhylon. Is it locked? Even? Did you check?
No, I didn't check. I didn't. So I'll try the door. Try the door.
The door is locked. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll knock. Step back.
You hear this creaking noise, and then you hear it stop for a second. There's silence. Nothing happens. The door is not opened.
Okay. But the creaking stops. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think, Nib? I mean, I'll tell him.
So this is room 2. Our room, or room 3, the key you have is
Yeah.
right next door, correct?
Right.
Can I take that key and go into room 3? I just want to see if there's a window.
Yeah, there is. There's a window facing at the very end of the room. Yeah, so you can go and open the room fairly quietly. Open the door up, and indeed, it is like this ice room with there's these timber beams and things like that. And the far end of it, there is indeed a window facing out into the courtyard, off where the side door had gone.
Okay. Is the window openable?
It is, yeah.
Okay, can I open it and just poke my head out and see if the window next door is open?
Yes, as you poke your head out, you do indeed see that the window is open, and it is slightly swaying in the wind, and you can hear this creaking noise as it. And you notice as well what looks to be something of a glimmer, a metallic piece sticking out of the window ever so slightly, and you immediately recognize it as an arrow.
So is there, I don't suppose there's trees or anything here, is there?
No.
Okay, is there a roof or anything? Because is it an alleyway? You said it's a courtyard.
Yeah, there's a courtyard that leads across to the other side where the alleyways begin.
So is there a rooftop directly, well, how open is that other window? Wide or just barely?
It's wide open, yeah.
Okay, can I have, because I think Lizzo is still a bird.
Yeah.
Albatross?
Yeah, I believe she's a big ass albatross. But can I, if it doesn't work for the window, maybe just the roof like across from the window, have her land and I can see through her eyes and see what is in that room?
Yeah. Okay. So you send out this albatross, right? from the window. It's gonna be loud.
No, because she's flying around. Like she's not with me.
She's already out there.
Yeah, I'm not walking around with an albatross on my shoulder.
Coolest pirate ever.
In your pocket. But yeah. No. Okay. So the albatross is already out there circling. You call out to Lizzo, and direct Lizzo to land within like eyesight of this window.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you're gonna have to go down into her vision.
So is there a chair or a bed or something?
Yeah, there is. There's both. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a chair, a bed, desk.
Sit in a chair and then look through her eyes.
Okay, so it's this chair carved out of ice with this, once again, nice fur on it. You get a nice, comfortable seat on it. And immediately as you shift your consciousness over to Lizzo's eyes, you see your room with the window slightly open. You see the room next to you with the window entirely open. And there, through the window, you see this entirely black cloaked figurine, bow and arrow in hand, with an arrow knocked and facing out of the window as if ready at any moment to draw and release.
Okay.
Watch out, Lizzo.
Yeah.
As far as he knows, it's just a bird.
Giant.
Well, it's a port city. There's got to be seabirds everywhere.
I would make an albatross sound, but I don't know how they sound.
So it's
we'll
just
go with that.
one guy pointing an arrow out a window.
Yeah, he's just chilling like that.
Yep.
The Duke may be
How like can I tell where in that room? Like, is he right back against the door, or is he right up near the window?
He's really close to the window. Yeah, you can see him really close to the window. The arrow is just barely coming out of the window, but he's maybe a good like 2 feet back.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just let her fly away again and go talk to Kerrhylon.
Okay.
All right.
And I'm just gonna tell him that there's one dude just hanging out with his bow and arrow in there.
Ready to attack. I mean, that seems a little strange.
Yeah, I don't know what he was pointing at. He's pointing it out the window.
Huh. It's weird. But he's obviously undead. You couldn't see his face, obviously. You only could see like a robe, right?
Well, and there wasn't like a dead body or anything in there, was there? On the bed or anything?
Not that you could see from your position, no.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not. What would I do at this point? Can I see the owner? Is the owner? Can I get like a key? Like see if the owner will open up, or I don't want to bust the door down. What do you think in terms of like what our responsibility is here? I mean, it could be someone following us.
Yeah, but why would they be pointed out the window?
Yeah, it seems weird.
Is there? I guess I'm. Go down there, I might get my ass shot.
He's pointing out the window because he's going to shoot an arrow at someone, presumably in our party.
Oh, we don't know that. I don't know that.
Yeah, we don't know where everybody went.
But it does make for a good excuse to go down and see what's ground level in that courtyard. Rather than if you want to stay and see if you can get the owner to open the door.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
But I'm curious as what's in the courtyard now.
So I don't want to bust the door down. I don't think I can bust the door down.
You're a dragon.
Right, well,
Take
true.
the lock. You have acid. No, sorry, I'm not.
All right, I'm gonna bust the
there.
door down. Okay, I'm gonna try to kick the door in.
All right, give me a strength check.
16.
16. Okay, and go ahead and roll me a regular bludgeoning attack with that.
What do I roll for that?
D20 adds your strength bonus.
13.
13. Okay. That is enough. Go ahead and roll me a 1d6 for damage.
4.
4. Okay, immediately as you slam your shoulder into the door, there is this cracking, creaking noise. The door almost gives, but not entirely. And you hear this sound inside, and suddenly now the figurine in the window, you hear him charging the door from the other side in your direction, and he is going to run and slam against the door, breaking the door down, opening into your face. Kerrhylon, you are struck by the door from the other side, taking 2 points of bludgeoning damage as this door comes flying through, now splintered, and your amulet now explodes into blue light. And standing now before you for the first time, you catch this horrific, ugly face of a half undead person holding a bow and arrow now, charging you. Let's pause there for a second. What can I help you with? Says the little gnome to you as you crawl through this little tiny door.
I need the biggest and as many fireworks, if you have any.
Fireworks, huh? Are you having a little party or something?
Yes, sir. I am the Duke von Borgade.
Oh, well.
I assume you're aware of my prominence and renown.
It's not every day we get royalty here. This is excellent. The name is Brindis. I work for Magid. I'm not actually the owner of the store, but I work for him. And I'd be happy to serve you, my royal sir. You want fireworks?
Yes, and I presume that my good name as a baron will offer me the auspices of a line of credit that shall be repaid henceforth in 1 day.
You mean you don't have any money?
Do I have any money? Do I have any money?
Check your character sheet, bro.
It says I have 1,000 gold. This is pre-printed, so I don't know. I have 10 gold pieces. How much? I need everything I can get for 10 gold pieces.
I'll tell you what. I'll sell you 2 of these big ones. These they're called super splody bloaters. I'll sell you 2 of those for a gold piece each, or I'll sell you 10 for 10 gold.
10 for 10 gold.
Okay, 10 gold it is. I'll give you 10 of these suckers.
How big are they?
They're about 2.5 feet long each. They're about the diameter of your forearm.
Excellent.
So you've got these.
Nice.
You've got a bundle of these fireworks right now that are huge. And Brenda stops and looks at you and says,
And be sure you're at least a good 30 feet away before they explode.
Okay.
They're not the highest quality. We get them from far off in the east on the continent, and they have been known to be a little bit duddy. So be careful when you light them. I would get away from them as far away as possible.
And I bid you adieu, my fair Brinson, whatever your name is.
Brindis, spread the word.
Yes.
Brindis, spread the word.
so you've got these
I'll be spreading the word. So I leave, and now do I know where anybody is? Do I even? Because I think the 2 guys are still back at the inn, right?
Yeah. You just took off and went out shopping, yeah?
But other than that, I don't know where anybody is, right?
No clue. No.
Okay, as fast as I can, I book it back to the inn.
Yep.
Okay, and there's still people around, I assume?
Yeah.
Okay, so can I set these fireworks up without, causing where someone's going to say something?
You're going to walk in the door with this bundle of fireworks, 2.5 feet long, 10 of them. They're going to notice you coming in. For sure.
So I basically barge in,
okay,
lower floor, set them in the middle of the room, and light as many off as I can in 10 seconds and run out the door.
What?
All right, go ahead and roll me a D20.
Wait, are they still in there? No, no one's in there, are they?
I'm probably in there, with my hand on my head,
all right,
what to do. Where
all right, D20.
Roll me a D20.
6.
6. Okay. My God.
6.
And you had 10 of them, correct?
Yes.
Okay. 4 of them are duds. which means they explode immediately when you light them.
Uh-oh.
6 of the other ones shoot off into the ceiling of this place and begin to explode. 4 of them blow up the second that you come, and this all happens so fast that nobody has any idea what is going on. They're all looking super confused. You just suddenly run into this room, set these things down, light them up, and they sort of fly up in the air, blow up. The other ones, though, that blow up right around you, you are going to take a total of 24 points of fire damage.
You're dead.
I'm fucking dead.
You're dead.
Jesus.
That is the second character you have killed yourself.
Yeah.
I'm more than dead. I'm not even there anymore.
Is that how many hit points did you have?
12.
12 is your max hit
Oh,
points?
you're dead.
Yo, I'm dead.
So you
Yeah.
are dead.
Is it
Double
too
your
late
max-
for me to
double
do
your-
anything, or is it just
Double your max hit points. And
Wait,
you're all
your
Yeah,
max
what
is
level
12?
were you?
Yeah, well, it says 12 hit points.
Yeah, that's your max. So you are dead. You are like
Yeah.
unrevivable dead.
literally
Guys,
explode.
this is gonna help. I'm telling you, I did that on purpose. Not paying attention.
Jesus.
So
No,
Just got a running joke.
So the Duke charges back in with this sort of kamikaze, like,
Oh my god.
He's a suicide bomber.
Suicide bomber.
and the other people in the room. I mean, it's like a terror attack. I mean, people are like
Oh,
laying
my
all over in the bar. I mean, you've done a massive amount of damage with 4 of the duds. The rest of them hit the ceiling and blow up. I mean, it's this beautiful like explosion of color and extremely deadly. You, Niv and Kerrhylon upstairs, you feel this thud and this, and you hear screams down below as this undead figure is falling over on top of you, charging on top of you.
All right,
Jen.
butt nuggets. I did
Jen,
it.
you were outside
there.
of this
Thanks for
bar,
playing.
Jen, and you hear
was I
this
still
noise.
outside?
You were still outside, yeah, and you hear this extreme explosion, screams, the same thing going on. You look up, you see that one of the windows on this place is open. You hear some screaming up there as well, an explosion up there, or a loud noise. What do you want to do, Jen?
Hey, before you do that, I just want to point out I'm putting Von Borgerding on my dead character pile up here. Timmy and
I mean, I gotta go in. Let's open the door and see what we see. Because
All right,
now I
Pieces
got.
of the Duke.
You open the door and it is a disaster. I mean, there are a few people limping, running out the front door. There's an additional. You look and there's an additional 2 people lying next to the Duke that were closest to him when these 4 duds went off.
All right, so I have here written personality trait: ready to lend help to someone in need. So yeah, and I gotta find the rest of the crew.
no, dude, I'm dead.
So I'm gonna grab whoever I can find and like get them out of there because I assume it's like smoky and dangerous, and I'm just gonna start helping people.
There's
Well,
a
look,
few
then I'll
people
find
that are limping. Yeah,
someone
you
of
can
my
help out.
party.
Yeah.
Look for the helpers.
I'll say, come on.
And meanwhile, while this explosion goes off, Brindis over in the in Magid's magic shop conveniently shutters his doors and closes down for the day. Takes the
Yeah,
back
neon
door and
sign
gets the
just
heck
goes
out of there.
off.
Yep. Flips the open close sign.
Sorry, we're closed.
Kerrhylon, Niv.
Can I
Let's
go
run
play
up to you
Elden
guys.
Ring now?
Run up to you guys. This figurine flies through the door, breaks down, and nails you, Kerrhylon. Oh, what do you 2 want to do at this point?
Is the door on top of me?
The door sort of bounced off of you, and you both fell over now. The door is not on top of you; it just kind of bounced off you, but you're both prone now, lying on the ground. Niv, you're standing there, staring at this happen. Explosion behind you, confusion, and things are like it's crazy right now.
Do we take any damage from the explosion? Like any of the fireworks hit us or anything? Or
No, they hit the ceiling, which is it's a thick floor of ice. You guys are okay.
Okay.
No damage from that.
Heads are probably ringing though. From all
Yeah.
in.
Oh yeah.
And I probably don't, since the door hit me, whatever, I probably don't get to attack. Probably because I don't have initiative, in other words.
Yeah, you're prone at this point. I would say, why don't you go ahead and roll initiative, Kerrhylon and Niv, and this guy.
Because I was going to ask what this guy is doing. Like, is he?
Yeah.
Did he just bust down the door
2.
and now he's standing there?
He's prone as well.
I got a 20.
Got a 9.
Okay, Kerrhylon, you're up. Go ahead. You can get off from prone if you'd like.
Yeah, I want to get up as quickly as I can and try to grapple this person, put him like in a headlock or something.
Okay, give me a strength check.
Oops. Ugh,
We'll do competing strength rolls.
I got a 4.
Okay. No, you're unable to grapple him. As you try to grapple him, he rolls out of the way and begins to try to stand up prone. Go ahead, Niv.
Which way did he roll? Towards me or away from me?
He rolled away from you, so further down the hallway.
What do I got here?
Obviously, he's not holding.
So how far away is he then?
10 feet.
Okay.
By the way, Bholen, while you're lying there on this table being grappled, you guys hear a massive explosion outside, and one of the guy, not the guy holding you, grappling you, but the other guy, turns around and goes and looks over the window to see what is going on, saying, "What is going on? This is crazy. What is going on here? Not
go check it out. Go check it out.
So
Bad's happening.
Can I see?
Actually, he is going to he's gonna shout orders back to the other guy who's got you grappled and tied up. He's like, "I'm gonna go check this out. I'll be right back." And he unlocks the door now, and he walks out the door, heading out into the courtyard to try and or into the corridor now, or the alleyway, to try and figure out what is going on, ascertain what's going on. Traego, and you immediately see the door opening and this guy walking out from your hidden position. Back to Niv.
Yeah, can I see if this guy, is it just the bow, or does he have a sword or knives?
He's got a small knife on him, yeah, on his hip.
Did he drop the bow?
He did drop the bow, yeah. When he slammed the door, he lost the bow as he fell through the door.
Can I kick the bow away, like kick a gun away in the movies when they drop it?
Absolutely.
And at the same time, can I try and get his knife off of him, or is that too many actions?
I'd say that would be a little too much, yeah, to both.
Okay.
To kick in an orderly way.
I guess instead, then, can I just go for the knife?
Yeah.
Because
sure.
Bow in a hallway is probably not.
Give me let's do an opposed dexterity check for this one, actually. Because it's less strength and more you're just trying to quickly grab it away from him. So let's go opposed dexterity checks on this one. I rolled an 18.
So that's just my dexterity modifier?
Yep, exactly. D20 plus your dex mod. I rolled an 18.
Let me look something up real quick.
And while you're looking it up, I want to jump back to Bholen really quickly. Bholen, as this other guy leaves and shuts the door behind him, you're left with this other guy and the gnome. And the gnome is feverishly working away with these inks. But you see him every so often, every couple seconds, looking up and making eye contact with you, going back down and working a little more. A couple seconds later, looking up, making eye contact with you, as if he's trying to communicate something with you, or he's trying to at least get your attention. He's trying to connect with you in some way. He's clearly threatened by these two guys that came in here, and he's not at all comfortable with this, and he's clearly trying to side with you in some sense.
So, I mean, he's not making any... No, never mind. Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead, Niv.
Okay. Is this considered an ability check?
No.
Yeah, no. Well, let's see. No, I guess it'd be a dexterity, yeah. So it would be an ability. Yep.
Oh, man. Yeah. Okay, I was thinking of spending a luck point, but I'm not going to. I got a 5.
Okay, so you go for his knife, and you're unable to grab it away from him, and he rolls as well. At this point, he's going to stand up from where he is prone and pull his sword out and try to slash down at you, Niv, because you are now right next to him at this point. So he's going to go ahead and attack you with his knife, and that's going to be a oh, that's not good. That's going to be a 9. That's going to miss you.
Yeah, that misses me.
Okay, let's before we head up to Kerrhylon again, let's run over to you, Traego. You see this guy walking out the door, slamming the door behind him, walking out to try and hear what is going on due to this explosion. He's investigating. So he's coming out right in front of you. You still have this guy to the right who is also investigating. He's heard the explosion now as well, so he's turned back around now, and he starts walking down to meet up with this other guy. And they're walking down these hallways, these corridors together, or these alleyways, almost meeting at this point.
How close did he get to me? Like, can I tell if do I see anything in it? Do I see his face or anything?
The guy that came out of the door?
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me another perception check.
Ooh, that's better. 18.
18. You can see through his cloak, through his hood, and you do see his face. And from what you can see, he looks to be a normal-looking human.
Okay.
So you don't notice anything strange. Rather gruff features, sort of tough-looking individual, but nothing out of the ordinary. Just a normal-looking human.
Okay. I'm basically gonna sit and wait and see what he does.
Okay.
And I'm like ready to attack though.
Okay.
I got my.
So he walks down this corridor and meets up with this other guy. You see him gesturing to the other side as well from the other alleyway, and he stops and waits with this guy. And pretty soon the other one comes, and there are now 3 of them standing there. 2 of them, one of them from each of these sides. And he looks around, looks up towards the building, up on the 2nd floor, and gestures up there as well, as if to get someone's attention. But he sees that there's no response at the window, and he looks now at these other 2, and you can hear him say, "What's going on over here?" And there's this sort of gurgling noise from both of them. "You 2," he says, "get over there and check this out immediately. I need to return to the cartographer. We need to get this done and get out of here as soon as possible." So he sends the other 2 of these guys walking by. And with your same perception check, I'll say this. You can see through their hoods as well. But their flesh does not look at all like his. They don't look like normal human beings. They, in fact, look like some of the flesh is drooping off of their face. They're missing teeth. There's sort of blood and disgust on their faces. So they do not look at all like he does. He turns around and starts heading back to the cartography shop. And they begin to head towards the Crystalline Inn.
Okay, so they're gonna walk past me, but they're not like walking like to me.
No, they're walking past you. You're still hidden. You're
Okay.
still hidden with your stealth.
And at any point, are they gonna come to the point where they can easily see me, or is it like I'm hiding behind like a barrel and then they'll just walk past me?
Yeah, with your 23, 24, I'd say you're pretty well hidden at this point. So,
Okay.
And their passive perception is quite low. So you're fine.
Okay, I'm gonna wait until they're past, and then how long does it take? Like, are they past me before the guy gets up to the door? The other guy gets up to the door?
Yeah, these other guys. Yeah, they're because I mean you're about halfway in, halfway between them. So the guy's almost at the door now, and they're probably a good 15, 20 feet past you at this point.
Okay. Can I try to stealth up to the guy that's going into the door? Like, relatively quickly? I'm going to try to get up to him as quietly as possible.
I'm going to need another stealth check.
Okay. And I get advantage because I have my cloak on, right?
You do have your cloak on, yes, so you have advantage, yeah.
Okay, well, that's 23 again.
23. Okay, you're able to slide in very stealthily. Thankfully, at this point, the snow has been coming down even heavier now, so your footfalls are even lighter at this point. You're able to slide along the side of the building, using your cloak to make you blend into the snowy wall as you come right alongside behind this guy, ever so quietly with your footfalls.
Well, he's using undead. That can't be good, so I'm going to pull out a dagger, and I'm going to knife him in the back.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm stealth, so I have advantage on this.
Yes, and you also, you'll also get your sneak attack.
Okay. All right. 18. What's my so 25?
That is a hit. Wow.
All right. So, and then I have to roll. What is it? A Constitution save?
Yep,
With my
exactly.
dagger?
To see for your daggers, yep.
So it's 6, so I fail. So I'm attacking in rage. Or whatever.
Attacking out of fear.
Yeah, out of fear. Yeah, that's right. Ooh, that's good. So it's 8, 11, and then my sneak attack is 3d6.
Wow.
Wow.
23 damage.
Holy
wow.
I rolled really well.
So, as Traego, you come sliding up into snow behind him, and you burst out of the snowbank with your dagger blazing in its blue. Out of fear, you thrust it down in the back of his neck, catch him completely off guard, and it finds its way home. And he hardly has even a chance to notice this, doesn't even have a chance to make a single sound. He falls to his knees, face first into the snow. The snow is now getting a pool of blood around him as you have completely finished him off.
Okay, so I sit there for a second. I'm looking at the door, looking behind me. Nobody suspects, nobody hears anything?
The two other figurines are now moving out. Yeah, it was done so quickly and so quietly.
Okay, I stealth up to is the door still open or did he shut it?
He's at the door now, or he was at the door. He didn't open it yet, so it's still shut at this point.
But he didn't lock it when he left.
He didn't lock it when he left. No,
open.
nope. And there's windows on this place. There's also a window in the door frame itself. So the light is coming out of the window, and you can peer in.
Is it a low window because I'm only 34 inches tall or whatever?
It's not low enough for you to see. No.
Okay, but I put my ear to the door. Can I hear anything?
You just hear some muffled noises, some muffled speaking. There's not a whole lot of noise at this point.
Well,
you're in it now. I'm killed the guy.
Like, do I? Well, I'm just like, do I stealth in or do I go in guns blazing or, hand crossbow blazing? Because I only suspect that there's 2 people, because that's all the footprints we see.
Give me a quick perception check, Traego, and then we're gonna jump back to Kerrhylon and Niv.
7. My perception is
7.
Terrible. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you don't notice anything specific there that could help you out.
Okay.
With what you're doing. While you're thinking, let's actually run to Dzien for a second. Dzien, what are you doing at this point? You've been pulling people out of this building. Are you pulling them out of the side door or out the front door?
Yeah, the door I went in, and I assume it's like smoky and there's confusion, and then now it's snowing.
It's beginning to snow even more.
I've sort of lost my focus here.
Yeah.
I'm sort of caught in this crowd.
So you're pulling people out of the side door, dragging these 2 individuals out, and you bring them out. They're screaming. It's just a disastrous scene. And as you drop them into the snow, you look up and you see now 2 figures dressed entirely in black. Running, not running, but like marching quite quickly, heading directly towards this place. Coming right towards you.
Could I mistake them for like town guards, city people, or do they look like bad dudes?
I would say, given what you've noticed already in the town, you've not noticed any guards that have been dressed like this. So this is something. This is a bit of an anomaly for you.
I don't even know. I don't even think I have any weapons. Okay, comically, I'm going to grab the 2 people that I brought outside. I'm going to yank them up and I'm going to bring them back inside. And I'm going to look for the bartender, the manager, somebody at the bar who might know what's going on.
Okay.
Okay, guys, come on. We're going back in.
Let's pause there for a second. Grogil.
Grogil?
Wow.
Yes, master?
Yeah.
Grogil. The last thing you remember was passing through this portal and coming into this dark area. And there's a throne there that you have sat down upon, and you are confused. You don't know where you are. You don't know. You know how you got there. You don't know how to get out of there. And as you sit down on this throne, you hear this voice resonating through this dark space. It says, "Welcome to my collection. This will be a very nice piece to complement my orc series."
Okay, do I have any of my weapons on me?
You do, yeah.
Okay, I turn around, I pull up my Morning Star, and I bash the throne. as many times as I can.
Okay. Give me an attack roll. Give me an attack roll.
I gotta get Grogil out. Hold on.
While you're doing that, let's jump over now to Kerrhylon and Niv. Back to Kerrhylon and Niv. I hope this is okay. We're doing these episodic things here.
Yeah.
We're all over the place, but this is fun. Kerrhylon, Niv. Kerrhylon, you're up again. It's your turn.
15, Matt.
15, okay.
So I'll attack him with my 2 short swords.
Okay. Go ahead. Roll me your attack.
So I got a 9 and a 11.
As you come down with your short sword, this guy is strangely more elusive than you thought so to begin with. Both of your attacks miss. They come up short as he jumps back. Any bonus actions? Anything else you want to do?
Well, yeah, I get 2 attacks, so I guess I go again.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's a 12 and a 19.
19. The 19 strikes home.
All right.
Go ahead and roll damage.
And that's 3 points damage.
Okay, 3 points of damage, yeah? All right. So you strike him, and you come down and actually strike in his right hand, and it slices across his right hand, actually causing him to drop the weapon. I just rolled a random hit location. So you hit him in the right hand, causing him actually to drop his sword at this point, which means he's going to have to pick it up again. Niv, it's your turn.
Is this guy back in the room, or are we all in the hallway still?
You're all in the hallway now. Yeah. Plowed through the door, and now you're all in the hallway.
Whoa, I dropped my spell book. Because that does a D4. Just comparing damage here. And that does a D8. You said this guy was just wearing like a black cloak. He's not wearing metal or anything, is he?
You can't see underneath it, no.
Okay.
All you can see is the cloak.
I'm just going to stab him with my dagger, I guess.
Okay.
That's a 9.
9. You also miss. You come up short there as you try to stab into this. Once again, he is more elusive than you guys have imagined. He's actually quite proficient at evading your attacks. He's going to come back once again and try to strike you, Niv. And this time it will be a 17.
Yeah, that hits.
Oh, okay. Oh my goodness. Whoa. A total of 13 slashing damage.
Jeez.
Okay.
Wow.
That was a pretty good roll. Slashing / necrotic damage. It's both.
Okay, what does necrotic damage do?
It's just the type of damage it is.
Oh, okay.
So if you're immune to necrotic damage, for example, then yeah.
Oh, well, yes, I am. No, I'm not.
Well, actually.
All right, let's run back to Traego.
Okay.
Hey, Matt, let's think about a 5-minute break here soon.
Yeah, you guys need a break?
Yeah. How about let's go this round? I want to
Finish
fight.
Traego, and then we'll take a break here.
Okay. I am going to. I got take my hand crossbow out, dagger in the other hand, and I just get however the door opens. I kind of get behind the door so they don't see me as soon, and then I just throw it open, and I see what I see.
Okay, you throw open this door, and there it opens up into this space, this dark wooden room, and there are these candeliers up in the ceiling coming down, so the light's not super bright, but it's still bright enough that you can see off in the corner. You immediately out of your peripheral vision, you notice this little gnome figure sitting at a desk. You don't know what's going on there, and there in front of you is Bholen, tied down, gagged on the table in the center of the room, and a black hooded figure, a cloaked figurine, is holding him down as well. He immediately turns to you, sees you, pulls out a weapon, and is going to charge you.
Yep, I shoot him. Yeah.
Let's go ahead and roll initiative, and then we will take a break.
Not great. I got a 9.
9, okay. He's going to get the first attack as you come in this room.
I should have went stealthy.
All right, let's take a 5-minute break, and then we will continue where we are. All right, guys, let's dive back into it now. We've got multiple things going on at the same time here. Traego, you just burst through this door with your crossbow ready, and the guy holding down Bholen turns around. Bholen, I also need you to roll initiative because you're going to be a part of this as well. I rolled for Cubius, for the cartographer as well. He did not roll well, but go ahead, Bholen, and roll me for initiative.
17.
17, okay. So immediately, the man who sees this happening lets go of you, Bholen. So you're no longer being held down anymore. You're still tied up and gagged. Your hands are in front of you like this. You're gagged like this. Your feet are not tied up, though. You're still lying on this table. He turns around, Traego, sees you, and immediately is going to charge you. He's going to be within charge range, and he's going to attack you, striking out for a 15.
That is a miss.
15 is a miss. So he comes flying in haste as you come, and you just swoosh underneath his arm, and are able now to get an attack soon. But now first is Bholen. Are you able to do anything, Bholen? Do you want to try anything?
Can I take out my gag first?
Yep. If you can pull off your gag. Yep. Absolutely. You're gonna have to rip it hard.
I want to look at the gnome. What is the gnome doing right now?
At this point, he's put his pen down. He is reaching underneath his desk. He's standing up. He's looking extremely flustered, reaching underneath his desk.
Blunderbuss.
Am I within grabbing distance of the pen?
On his desk?
Yeah, the pen he was writing with.
Oh, he's off a little bit on a desk, a little bit far away from you. So you're not actually. You're on this table in the middle of the room. He's off to the side of the room. Okay. So you're about a good 10, 15 feet away from him at this point.
Does he have the map, the parchment that he was drawing the map on? Did he take that with him? Okay.
It's right in front of him. Where he's working.
Okay, I'll run up to the hooded figure, and put my grapple or my bound hands over his neck and try to choke him out.
Okay.
Or at least keep him in place to give Traego a shot.
I'll tell you what, I'll let you do either. I'll let you either struggle with your gag, or I'll let you jump down and run over there and try to attack him. Are you okay leaving your gag on?
Yeah, I'll leave the gag on then.
Okay. So go over there and run over there and give me let's actually make this a are you going to try to grapple him then?
Yeah.
Okay, let's make an opposed strength check there.
Ooh, nope.
Natural 20.
That is a 2.
So you run up to him and try to jump on him, and it's like you just bounce off like a pillar of rock, and you just kind of fall backwards, and you actually are almost prone at this point as you bounce back. Traego, your turn. This guy's right in front of you. You just saw Bholen bounce off of him and fall backwards.
Oh, you throw. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna just try to knife him again.
Okay.
That's a 19.
19 is a hit.
Okay. And am I still going off the same with the fear?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Ooh, that's good too. That's another 4.
Actually,
so
you know what?
8.
Actually, Traego, because it's a new combat, re-roll that for the blades. You should actually re-roll at each new combat.
Okay. So that's a 15. Does that succeed then?
Yes. So you are attacking out of a rage.
Plus 1d8.
Wow.
Oh, that's not bad. That's 13 damage.
13 damage.
Yep.
So as he comes and strikes at you and you evade him, Bholen bounces off of him. In the moment of distraction, you're able to thrust your blade down right into his chest, and you find this pocket, and it just goes in. And you see the guy in his eyes, this look of fear come across him as he hunches over. It doesn't finish him off, but he is quite hurt at this point.
Okay.
Cubius.
Can I still? So that was my action. I can still use disengage, right?
I think so, yeah. As a bonus
what
action.
Bonus.
Yeah, I'm gonna disengage from him and move towards, like, try to kind of around him.
Okay. Yep. Slide around him, kind of over by Bholen almost.
Yep.
Okay. So as you do this, Cubius, the cartographer, Bholen, you saw him reaching underneath this desk, and for his action, he's going to actually reach under the desk, flip something of a switch. You hear this kind of clicking noise, and the space behind him, where there's like books and parchment, sort of creaks open a little bit, and you see that there's some sort of secret passage behind him, and he is actually going to take off and get the heck out of there, heading out of this room into a room behind this main room. So a hidden room. So Cubius is going to run out of this space. Let's run back over to Dzien before we get to Kerrhylon and Niv again. Dzien, as you see these figurines, these two dark cloaked figures walking towards you, you begin to move these people back that you dragged out, bring them back into the smoky area of the inn. And as you're doing that, you hear a voice from the side of the courtyard shouting out to you. It sounds like a guard's voice who is shouting out, asking if you need any help. Eric, would you like to introduce your new character?
That was quick.
City Guard Commander Alphonse here. You need assistance.
I'm basically gonna wave at him hysterically and start screaming. Yes,
I wait for my men to continue running towards the inn or whatever it is.
Yep. And soon enough, you have two other guards that are joining you, Commander. So now there's three of you, and all three of you come up to the door to investigate what is going on.
And I ask him, what happened here?
And I say, I don't know. It's just confusion and chaos. I was outside, and there was an explosion. I'm trying to get people out.
I asked my men, excuse me, to check the upstairs.
Okay, so the two men.
I tell them.
You command them, yes. So the two other guards begin to move up the stairs. I mean, it's a bloodbath here on the lower floor, and they move up the stairs, and immediately they catch sight of this combat, this fight that is going on between all of you up there. Let's jump over now, and I'm gonna actually roll them for initiative because they're gonna jump in the middle of this mess. The first guy with a 2 and then a 19. Okay, so Kerrhylon.
I'm actually I don't necessarily want to kill this guy. I want to find out who he is and what he's doing there. So I'm going to try to tackle him.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a strength check.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I got a 5.
I got a 5 as well. Is that a 5 without any modifiers?
No, I got a 3 plus 2.
3 plus 2. Okay. So it's a tie. Let's roll it again.
Okay.
More fun to reroll ties.
I got a 10.
4. So you're actually able to jump on around his neck, drag him down, grapple him, hold him down on the floor. He is restrained at this point.
All right. Am I allowed to? Can I ask him, or is it Niv's turn?
Go. I'll let you talk. Yeah.
I'm gonna say, well, who the hell are you? What are you doing here?
You've heard this sort of gurgling noise. I don't want to tell you,
he says to you. And at this point, your amulet is blazing. And you can see the sickly pieces of flesh falling off his face. Clearly some sort of undead, zombie-like creature. Yeah. At this point, the two other guards run up, and they see what's going on. They see this scene, and they begin to run in to try and get control over the situation. Okay. At this point, Niv, what do you want to be doing?
Doesn't that other guard have a higher...
Oh, sorry, the other guard gets a turn. Yeah, he runs in immediately and says, "What's going on here?" Shouts out to both of you, pulling out he has a halberdier he pulls out, he's carrying with him, points it down at the two of you on the ground, you restraining him. Immediately he sees that there's this like undead zombie-like creature, and he's sort of taken aback, but shouts out to you, looking for a response. To you, Kerrhylon.
It's like, this undead is, I don't know what he's doing. We're trying to restrain him, trying to get him to tell us who he is.
The guard takes one look at him and takes his halberdier and jabs it down.
Ooh, okay.
With advantage because he is on the ground. Hit, and he does a total of 10 points of damage. So immediately, sort of slamming into this guy, he is just on the verge of living or being undead. However, undead are alive. The breath is almost out of him. Niv, it is your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna just try and stab him again, I guess.
Yeah, go for it.
19.
19 hit. Roll damage.
Ooh, 7 points of damage.
7 points of damage. Yes, so that is enough for him to just completely expire. Now, as an undead, he gets a Constitution roll to see if he gets dropped back to 1 hit point. And yes, he does. So immediately you see sort of his head snap back and he comes back alive, but just barely at 1 hit point. He's going to try to break free from this hold, Kerrhylon, but he is severely hurt at this point. That's a 4. Can you beat that? I'll actually do a disadvantage. 4.
I got a 21.
21. So he does not move at this point. He is stuck there, 1 hit point, barely hanging on. Let's run over now to the scene in the cartography shop. Back to the top here. The guy who is severely hurt is going to try to stand up, turn around, and strike you, Traego.
Okay.
And he does it with a 15.
That is a miss.
A miss again. Okay. So once again, he is extremely bloodied at this point, sort of stuttering, falling around, and he misses you. Go ahead, Bholen.
Can I yell? I'm gonna yell at Traego and we want to keep this. Let's keep this guy alive.
But you're going gag on?
Oh yeah, shit. I have my gag on. Fuck it. I'm gonna run after Cubus.
Yep.
I'm running after Cubus, and I'll just point to Traego, and I'll just go, and then I'm off. Like.
Okay.
All right.
Your hands are still tied though too, right?
Yep, my hands are tied. I'm running after him.
So Bholen takes off after Cubius runs through this little entryway that has been opened in the back wall, hands tied, and you follow Cubius. You see that he has run through this space, and now he's beginning to go down a spiral staircase that heads to the basement of this place. And you're able to sort of get to the end and edge of this spiral staircase and look down and see him sort of making his way down. You're still gagged at this point. You can't really say anything to him. He looks back and sees you. Looks a bit terrified at this point still. Traego, what do you want to do?
Well, I was going to try to keep him alive anyway. Is there a way I can knock him out, Matt? Like, how am I able to, like...
Yeah, you can
him?
Yeah, exactly. So you can knock him out. You can do a normal attack, but you can pull it. So if your damage, you have enough damage to get him down to unconscious, it won't kill him. It'll just put him at unconscious. So you can just attack like normal, but you want to pull your attack.
Yes, I would like to do that.
So somehow use the blunt end of your weapon and just smack him in the head. Yeah. Go ahead and give me a D20 attack.
That's not so good. That's going to be a 12.
12. That is going to be enough, actually, just enough to hit.
Ooh, okay. And then, so I just roll damage like normal, or?
Yep, roll enough damage, and if it's enough to get him over his threshold, he will immediately go unconscious.
God, I've been rolling 4s on this every time. It's 8 plus... That's 15 damage.
Oh my gosh! So that is more than enough. Yeah. Thankfully, you pull your attack enough so it knocks off the remaining 3 hit points he has, and he immediately goes unconscious, falls to the floor, and he is out cold.
Okay, I think I'm just gonna look here. I believe I have some strong I need to tie him up. And I know I have string. I don't know how heavy or how strong string is. Is there any other rope that they use to tie up Bholen?
Yeah, there was some. He still has rope in his pouch in his packet that he didn't use.
So first off, I'm going to disarm him, search him really quick.
Yep.
See what he's got on him, and then I'm going to tie him up as well as I can.
He's got all the standard equipment he would have in his pocket.
Okay.
But he's also got what looks to be a very expensive kind of trinket, a carved memento of sorts. He's got a small pewter figurine that looks like a small snowflake, crystal snowflake, about the size of his fist, a pewter figurine. And he also has a dragon scale in his packet as well.
Interesting.
So dragon scale and a pewter figurine of a snowflake?
A pewter figurine of like a crystalline snowflake structure, yeah. It's about the size of a fist. And it looks like like a snowflake, kind of on a small stand. Made out of pewter.
All right. Just down. All right, so I grab that and then I tie him up, hands, feet separately, and gag him. And can I tie him to the table?
Yeah, you can do that.
Actually, can I tie him? I want to tie him so I can tie his hands up and then his feet, and then I take something take more rope to tie him behind each other so he can't really move at all. And then I gag him.
Yep. Yep.
And then I go to the back door, close it, and lock it.
Okay. Yep. So you are now secure in this place. With Bholen had run down with Cubius into the back room. This guy is all tied up. Let's jump back, if we can, over to Kerrhylon and Niv. So we are back at the top of the round, Kerrhylon. You just saw this soldier come and see this undead guy and just drop his halberdier into him.
Okay. So he's almost dead anyway, so I might as well finish him off here. Got a 3 and a 19.
3 and 19, yes, the 19 hits.
And I got 3 points of damage.
Okay, so with a gurgle, he once again falls dead, this time unable to recover. So the flesh sort of dissipates into this puddle almost. There's nothing left of him. Okay. The soldier looks up and says, "You need to talk. Where did this guy come from?" And he immediately yells out for his other guard friend to go down and get the commander. Commander, as you're sitting down in the bottom room in this bloodbath, this mess, you hear your other soldier call out to you, "Commander, get up here. You got to see this," and ask for you to come up there.
I run up there.
Okay, Commander gets up there.
I'm just going to point at the busted ass door.
Yeah.
Okay, Commander gets up there.
I say, "What happened here?"
We came upon this guy busted out of the room here. We don't know who he is, what he's doing here. He attacked us.
What do you know about what happened overall with the explosion?
I have no idea what that's all about. I have no idea.
Okay, I tell my 2 guards to arrest both of them.
Ooh. But wait a minute. What are you arresting us for?
Wait. You're not telling me everything. You know something. You're not telling me.
All I know is that we were up here and
we were up here. Come into his room, and we'll show him the number 3 key.
Guards, arrest them. I'm not going to say it again.
I am going to, as a... that's not a reaction. That's a bonus action.
Quicker guards.
We're moving as fast as we can.
Niv, as you're thinking, Niv, I want to run down to Jen. Jen, when you're down in the basement down there, or in the bottom floor, moving in and out, you see that as these two guards have walked over with this commander, the two black-cloaked figurines darted off in an opposite direction of the where they had come from, away from the bar. So they took off. You no longer see them. They are out of your line of sight. They sensed something was up, and they have now disappeared. So you have no idea where these other two are at this point.
Okay. I don't know if I could... Conveying that to the commander might be above my skills as an orator. Honestly, I'm looking for some nicotine right now, because Jen is used to be a smoker, and this is a very stressful situation. So
give me a quick investigation check.
Get some cigs or even a snuff box.
Give me a quick investigation check.
Dude, are you okay? A snuff box? Freaking out.
Is there a real life parallel going on right here?
Yeah. 15.
15. So actually, this sounds incredibly morbid, but one of the bodies that you stepped over while you were dragging these people out, you did notice a snus pouch, a leather snus pouch on one of the dead bodies. So there's some chewing tobacco on one of these dead bodies.
To do, honestly, being I see my companions getting arrested, and I don't think I can actually do anything about it, so I'm gonna go to the snuff box. And I actually have some right here, but it's disgusting. And so I'm not going to actually eat any or have a chew. It's like it's
method acting.
Yeah. See me gag on camera. That'd be great. So yeah, I don't know what to do.
So is there like a back door that we could rush out of, or are they on top of us, or what?
So the guards and the commander are blocking the only entrance. The only way up was the stairwell up. There is an open window in the room next to you guys. With there's two open windows in two rooms. That's a possible exit.
So I say, Commander, you have to believe us. We didn't know anything about it. This was going on. We were just attacked.
Guards, arrest them. Unless someone vouches for you in jail, or you admit that you had involvement, you'll be burned at the stake.
Burned at the stake. Okay, well, I can't either that or fight you off. So
just for the fun of it, Kerrhylon, give me a persuasion check, just for the fun of it. Let's just see what would happen if you tried to persuade him.
I got a 16.
Just 16. For the fun of it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Commander. Roll me a d20.
Commander.
Just for the fun of it, huh? Good.
Sorry. It was
14.
14. So, somewhat convincing. He's willing to listen, but he's still holding his line. You guys are getting arrested.
Okay.
Can I cast a spell?
Yes.
Don't. You're going to regret it. I just looked at my stats. You're going to regret it.
Why did I give Eric the most OP character?
Oh boy.
I'm going meta here.
A power tripping fucking commander. Uh-oh.
I will not hesitate as Lord Commander of the Guard.
Does he look like Gary Busey, his character? Like he might get a sense that this guy's not to be trifled with.
He's wearing this metal helmet that's lined with fur inside of it, and you can't quite see his face. You can just hear his booming, resounding voice. What do you got, Niv?
Can I cast suggestion on him?
You better hope this works, homie.
Just bounces out the helmet.
And tell him a better idea would probably be to go downstairs and find save casualties.
Okay, what is your spell DC? Is it a wisdom saving throw?
It is a wisdom saving throw.
It would please me so much to kill you right now. Please fail.
You have a +5, Eric, for your wisdom saving throw.
Holy
what was
shit.
your spell DC again?
Mine?
No, for the spell.
Dan's. Why is the commander of the guard so
15.
wise?
15. Okay. Dareth.
All right.
Well, I'm calling you by your last name, Dareth. You have to beat a 10 or higher.
Was that me?
Yeah.
I have to roll a 10, or I gotta roll a 5 or higher?
10 or higher. You have to roll a 10 or higher.
And then my modifier would add on to that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Huh. 5.
Oh,
prick. You're lucky, dude. I'm looking at these stats going, this guy can hang with Grogil.
Oh man. Okay, the suggestion spell goes through. How long does it last? Duration?
8 hours.
8 hours.
Whoa.
Okay, so immediately the Commander Dareth, you feel almost compelled to head downstairs with your soldiers and to see to the wounded people of your city, your beloved city. So you head down and get busy, get to work down there.
All right.
And then I say to Kerrhylon, let's get the fuck out of here.
You're really lucky, dude. I'll send you the stats later on this.
So Niv and Kerrhylon, you guys take off down the stairs through this
I want to
bloody...
go towards the courtyard to see, was he pointing at something in particular?
The thing is the captain of the guard is going to go down the stairs. We don't want to run Rob away right now because he's going to be visiting himself with everything else. We should search this guy.
That's true.
So I want to search this undead guy. Like, what does he have on him? And what
Okay,
is him-
Stuff.
Yeah, you search his pocket, and unlike the other guy, he has a 1 platinum piece on him.
Okay.
It's not a whole lot of money, but he does have a strange letter with some inscription on it a language that you don't recognize. It could be some sort of code, and he has a shard of a mirror piece on him as well.
Shard of a mirror. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
What about in the front?
Do I see him grab that mirror shard?
I
Yeah,
mean,
I'm guessing so. You weren't being very sneaky, were you, Kerrhylon?
No, I wasn't.
No.
No, I mean, I'll tell him what I found.
There was something a long ass time ago that you gave me about mirrors.
Yeah, you had a piece. You had a shard of a mirror.
I'm gonna have to find that. Yeah.
Yep.
He's looking in the body. Can I poke around in the room a little bit? I guess.
Yep, in his room. Yeah.
Yeah, in the undead's room.
Mhm.
Is there another guy in there? Does it
Give me an
look like he
investigation
was-
check.
Was he actually using it as a room, or was he just stationed there? That is a 14 plus 4 for 18.
18. Okay, nice. It doesn't look like he slept there at all. It looks like he was just stationed there. Strangely enough, you do find a note on the desk with instructions that says for him to wait here, take a shot if necessary, to protect the escape. It says that's it. So he's been clearly
escape?
protect the escape. Yeah. So clearly he's been stationed there for some reason.
Is there a seal or a signature or anything on the note of note?
There is. Give me a quick history check. No, make an intelligence check. We'll make an intelligence check.
Just straight intelligence?
Yep.
They're a 10.
10. There is a symbol there you recognize from the mainland, connected to Nova Oranos, the city that is run by Felwind. A seal.
When Matt gets low and slow, that means it's important. There is a symbol.
And that's the city, is Nova Oranos?
Yeah. So it's, in other words, there's the seal, a wax seal that has been sent from somewhere where King Felwind over on the mainland, the continent. Yeah, so obviously these guys have been sent from him.
Okay, I'm gonna pocket the note. Sorry, I'm just writing stuff down here.
Yep.
And then I'm going to tell Kerrhylon real quick, just, I don't think we have time for him to actually read the note or anything right now, but let you know that there's this note that looks like it's connected to Felwind in here. And you said and there was no one else in there, so it had to have been for this guy.
All right.
Yeah, now I'm going to suggest that we beat feet.
I wanna grab my stuff out of the room, room 3. I don't want to leave.
Yeah.
Yep. All your supplies are all together. You have it all.
Is that everybody's stuff? Are we going to have to grab everybody's?
No, I mean, I don't think you guys really had moved in yet. So, yeah, I think all of you have most of your supplies with you, or all of them, really. You haven't really checked in for the night.
Be sure to turn your room key in at the front desk.
Check your deposit.
All right, so we're gonna. I think you're right. We need to leave. We should.
So we'll go downstairs.
We'll go downstairs and step over the dead bodies and things.
You guys step over the fried, singed dead bodies as the captain, the city guard commander, is busy trying to revive people and to pull the dead out of this place. You see the other guards there. Dzien is also there, crouched down by one of the dead bodies, looking like he's trying to revive him. And you see a lump underneath his mouth as he's trying to push on the chest of one of these people trying to revive him.
So as soon as I notice them, I instantly am reminded of Traego. I'm like, oh yeah, I was sent here by Traego, and I'm going to we have to go find Traego, follow me. And so I'm going to kind of snap out of it.
What about does he know where the Baron went?
He
went in many different directions.
I don't know what's become of him.
He's all over. It's black and white and red all over. Oh, man.
All right. So you tell us what happened where Traego went. And do we know anything about Bholen? What about Bholen? We don't know anything about him.
I think I suspect that that's what Traego is after, but I can't say for sure. I don't know that much. But I think that, yes, Bholen was taken.
All right, take us to Traego then, I guess.
So yeah, just follow the same path.
Yep. So you guys, you're able to leave.
On the way out, I want to clap the commander on the shoulder. You'll get a promotion for this, I'm sure. and then
the commander looks back and gives you.
You better
gives
hope
you
I
a
don't
nod.
run into you after 8 hours.
And you guys follow the trails out, the tracks. You can see there's plenty clear track marks heading out towards this alleyway. And after about 150, 200 feet, you come and you see a body laying face first in the snow, a huge pool of blood around it, about 50 feet away from the end of the alleyway.
It's not an undead body. It's an actual human.
It's an actual human body. Yeah. It's been picked over. It's a very precise wound to the back of the neck. Obviously, a very astute and powerful assassin took that guy out.
Obviously.
It's like Traego's handiwork.
So this is in the courtyard?
It's in this alleyway leading up to the end of it, where there's these couple shops there.
Okay, so there was nothing, because they went through the courtyard, right?
Yep, they went through the courtyard.
Yeah,
yep,
so there was nothing
alleyway.
obvious that guy would have been looking at, pointing at, waiting to shoot.
No, nothing. You don't notice anything on your way through. No. As you guys are investigating this body, let's jump back over to you, Bholen. jump back to you.
Yeah.
And Traego.
I'm going to take my gag out.
Yeah.
Right? My hands are still bound. But I want to yell out to Cubus. Cubus?
Yeah, Cubius, yep.
Cubius. I'll yell out to him. Just wait, we're not going to hurt you. We need your help. And I'm going to still chase after him, but...
Give me a quick persuasion check. And I would say give it with advantage because you were obviously being held down, and he was trying to connect with you. So go ahead and give it with advantage.
With advantage, that's good. First roll was a natural 1. Second roll was a 3. So, persuasion, you said?
Yep.
So that's a 1.
A 1.
Negative persuasion.
So Cubius continues to run down the spiral stairway, and he's looking back, saying, "I don't know who you are. Leave me alone!" And he runs over to the door and is trying to fumble to open what is a locked door. He's got this key ring with like 45 different keys on it, and he is so stressed at the moment he can't find the right key. He's looking over his shoulder, seeing you come closer to him. Traego, you were also in the same room at this point, or you're still in the other room. Correct?
Yeah, I was making sure everything was tied. We was tied up and he was secure and stuff.
Yep. Go ahead, Traego. What do you want to do at this point?
Well, I'm assuming I haven't Niv and Kerrhylon aren't outside. I don't hear them or anything.
Not yet. They're still with the body.
So I would after I locked up and got him tied up, I would go after Bholen.
Yep. So you come into this room and you see the spiral staircase. You hear Bholen shouting out to Cubius to stop. You hear Cubius responding, fumbling with these keys down below this spiral staircase leading underground.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna keep making. I just hear them.
Yep, you can hear them.
I'm just gonna keep making my way there.
Okay, you're about the same size as Cubius too. He sees you coming down the stairs and is looking a little, a little scared, but a little relieved to see someone the same size as him.
Okay, so I'm gonna make sure my weapons are away. And do I hear like Bholen trying to convince them to stop? Do I overhear their conversation?
Yeah, you do. Yep.
Okay. It's like, hey man, he was taken from us. There's something fishy going on here. All we want is information. We're not here to hurt you. We're not here to rob from you. We just need to know what you know.
Give me a persuasion check with advantage.
Well, that's a natural 20 with my persuasion, which is 7, so 27.
At this point, Cubius drops his keychain to the ground, drops to his knees, and begins to sob, finally sort of letting go of the tension and the fear that he experienced from what had just happened. And you come down the spiral staircase and you stand next to him, or kneel next to him as he is there on the floor. Bholen right behind you.
Okay. Just gonna kind of put my hands on his shoulder and is like, let's go upstairs and let's figure out what the hell is going on here.
Yep. You lead him back upstairs,
Okay.
back up the spiral staircase, back into the main room, and you sit him down at his desk where the map is that he had started to draw. You look down at this map actually, and in the short amount of time that he was able to work on it, he got a few quadrants, a few sections of the city drawn onto the map based on some of his other pictures and drawings, based on other maps he has next to that one.
All right. Does he have anything like cooking equipment? Can like a pot of tea or some coffee or something that we can make?
Yeah, absolutely. Back in the corner, there's a small kitchenette.
So I'm gonna go up to Bholen like, hey, can you go make get some tea or something going? I gotta go out and at this point I realize that other body's there. I want to get that body out of the street, so nobody back there.
Could you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And I cut him.
And then I'm gonna immediately lock the door. Lock the front door.
Lock the front door too. I did forget about that. So yeah, I'm gonna go out and investigate and see if I can't get that other body back in here.
Okay, so Traego, you walk out into the alleyway, and immediately you see your compatriot standing there, looking down at this body. The rest of you hear this click and a door open, and you look up, and there's Traego standing there, staring at all of you around this body.
Is this you?
Yeah. Can you grab that? And come on. Inside. Grab the body.
We'll drag the body. We'll drag the body inside.
Yeah.
And you drag the body, and at this point, the snow is continuing to fall. So I'd say in about 5 minutes' time, the blood should be able to be covered up.
Like,
Okay,
well,
I was
meant
gonna say,
pick up
isn't
the
it gonna
body,
be
but,
just blood everywhere?
It's gonna be. What do we have for this? What can we do to disguise this?
Just put him in the cabin with us, and
Well, there's
Put
a
some
big
more
blood trail.
But
leading
it's
up to the back
snowing.
door.
It's snowing.
Yeah.
The snow will cover everything up.
All right. I'll trust you on that then. But yeah, everybody get inside.
Yeah. So you all come into this, back into this room. You lock the door, and for once, and from the last few minutes, you finally feel safe and secure. Cubius is sitting there at this desk, staring at all of you. A bit more relieved now, sipping his tea next to Bholen, feeling a bit more comforted at this point.
What
do you guys
happened to
wanna
the
do?
Duke? Where's the Duke?
We don't know what happened.
We thought he was with you.
Yeah.
Well,
All right, well,
about
we'll
that.
deal with that. We'll deal with that later. And I walk up to the gnome and I'm like, I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
The name is Cubius.
Cubius. Well, I'm Traego. These are my friends. You've met Bholen already, and then I introduced Niv and Kerrhylon and Dzien. And just ask them like what's been what's going on here. Obviously, you're doing this not of your own free will. We just need answers.
Who hired you?
Cubius takes a long, slow, deep breath, and he begins to unload to you the story of the last 2 weeks of his life. And in the process of telling the story, you guys find out some very important information. You find out that 2 weeks prior to your arrival at this place, that this group of black-cloaked figures, which he identifies as what he calls the Black Order, who is sent from Felwind in order to try and retrieve the Vambrace of Silus. And he tells a story of how they have been spending 2 weeks out on the seas looking for this tiefling girl who they knew had a key of some sort, a marking that would give them directions for where to find the Vambraces. And they have not found the girl, and they have been constantly coming back to him with updates, but requiring of him to prepare his maps and get ready for when they find the girl. And they have been forcing him into service. And now they barged into this afternoon, they barged into his cartography shop with Bholen, tearing his cloak off, revealing this mark, and commanding him now to go forward with the plan that they had agreed upon, that they had forced him into doing. And that's why he's sitting here now with this partially made map.
How did they know that the key had been transferred to me and not the tiefling girl?
They didn't until they saw it on your back.
Well, okay, when would they have seen that?
That wet T-shirt contest I was in. It was
super hot.
But you won $10 and a free beer, so that was good. No, when they initially dragged Bholen out to question him about the group, because you guys, you may have noticed that there was some ships down in the harbor. I remember, Niv, you made notice that there were some of these black ships down there already.
That's right.
Word of your little jaunt here on the seas has made it around. So this order has been searching for you guys, and they've been following you. They watched you come in, they followed you to this place, and they were looking to get some answers from you because they know you have some connection to something that may be important. And sure enough, Bholen, your neck revealed it all.
All right, well, I think for the group, that means nobody goes alone anymore. Nobody walks away from the dinner table, please.
Yeah. Surprised you haven't come up with that little rule a long time ago.
Yeah. And then I turn back to the gnome and I ask him, so have you been in contact with these guys for 2 weeks then, since they've got here?
Yes. They've been coming in almost every single day.
How many of them are there?
Well, the two main ones are the ones I've had the most contact with, but at some point I've seen maybe upwards of 12, 15, 20 of them at different times.
Does that include the undead that they have working for them?
Yes, it does. Those ghastly, gowly figurines. And Niv, you remember from what you saw, there was more than one ship down there. So for all you guys know, if you take a crew for one ship, you're looking at 30, 40, 50 individuals.
So
for all you know, that could be over 100, 150.
Norra-Deth is crawling with these dudes.
So wait a minute. They don't necessarily know that they've failed yet.
No.
What if Cubus, could you finish the map, but give them a completely opposite direction of where to go?
But we don't even know what the map really says. I mean, do we? I mean, we don't.
I know, but neither do they. We know, I have the actual map. What if we give them a fake map? We let Cubus go on his way with the fake map, say, hey, I completed it. Here it is. We had the big scuffle. People are dead, but I was able to finish.
At least some of it.
Complete diversion in the opposite direction.
Because it's a map of the city, right? With the path to the Vambraces. Just draw the path differently.
You want me to falsify the map?
Is that against the cartographer's code?
I might be able to make an exception in this case. Yes, it would put me in trouble with the Society of Cartographers if they found out about it. I might lose my license, but this may be something worth taking a risk for. But do you know that yourselves the path?
Yeah, or we could just go get whatever we got to get.
Yeah, we don't really know exactly what we're dealing with this map.
Maybe Cubus could make two maps.
Could you help us out with that, or at least?
Cubus, he turns to you, Bholen, and you've had your cloak shredded. So he asks you to turn around, and he looks at the markings on your back. And he looks to you, or to Traego, and to the rest of you, and says to you, Bholen, have you ever seen any lines of direction in this? Is there any path through this? All I see is random markings here. I don't see any direction.
Didn't it glow?
Yes,
glow
it did
once
glow.
or twice? Do we remember?
I forget what the trigger was, though. What triggered it again? It was when we were on the high seas. Something triggered it. I forget what it was, though.
Not my amulet, I'm pretty sure.
But as that was only a couple weeks ago in game time, what was the trigger? Because I would have remembered, right? Do I remember what the trigger was? Do we remember what the trigger was?
Yeah.
It came, strangely enough, I think, if I'm remembering correctly, out of a prayer to your God.
Louis. Lathander.
To show me the way, or something along those lines.
Right.
Right, Matt. One thing. Can I make a check to see if I believe this guy? And that he's not
give me an insight check. Give me an insight check.
Okay, that's not bad. But my insight sucks. So that's 13 actually. Forgot about that. My insight's terrible.
For all you can tell, he seems to be telling the truth. Yeah, and you have quite an affinity with him now. He's really warmed up to you, Traego, especially.
Can I ask if he knows the Duke? Have you heard the Duke's name? I forget what your Bramble Borgading, right?
Borgadang.
Well, I'm
does the Duke Borgading?
It's the
Borgadang.
Duke von Borgadang.
Does that name mean anything to you?
Yes, of course. I've wouldn't necessarily call him a good friend, but he's an acquaintance. I mean, he's been doing art dealing here on this island for years.
The Duke is part of our party, and I am sure he would compensate you handsomely if you were to assist us with this.
So let me get this straight. You want me to make 2 maps, one that you have, and one that is falsified. That correct. I give the falsified map to anyone who comes and asking me about it. I give you the real map with the marking on it.
You use the story that you escaped through that hidden door. You escaped with the map, and then your work is done.
I like this idea. Give me 2 hours. Can I have 2 hours?
I think we can spare 2 hours.
And in the meantime, I can maybe commune with Lathander. Maybe he can point the real way. Maybe he'll grant us that.
So you guys can actually get a short rest here. Get a short rest at this point. He goes and sits down at this desk and sets to work. He takes the original, the circle that he had started on, and he makes an exact copy of it for his second map. And he now brilliantly begins to do his magic. I mean, he is really a craftsman. He has a smaller version of the city that he's now expanding out to the larger size of the marking from your back, Bholen. And within 2 hours, he has got 2 identical maps that have the circular outer ring, which perfectly matches onto the marking on your back. And he's got all of the different streets, buildings, roads sketched in there, all the different areas where people gather, and everything looks brilliant, like a beautifully constructed map. And he's got now 2 versions of them.
Okay. While he's doing that, I want to search the other body. Remember, we still got a guy alive too.
Oh yeah.
I want to search the other body of the first guy that I killed, because I didn't do that. And then we got to put the guy that I knocked out on the table and start questioning him.
Yep. He's got 10 pieces of gold on him in his pocket there. He, strangely enough, also has a shard of a mirror as well. And he has a badge, a marksman's badge, that you would receive if you were proficient in archery. Other than that, that's all he has. I mean, the regular supplies as well that you'd normally have.
After I search him, I'm going to pull out the pewter figurine, and then the dragon scale, and what do we know about these 2 things?
Are you asking Cubius?
Well, I'm just does anybody recognize? I know this is a dragon. I'm assuming I know it's a dragon scale, so I'm maybe figure out how much it's worth, and then if anybody knows what this pewter crystalline figure is of the snowflake or whatever.
Give me, all of you, give me a history check.
Ooh.
I got a 15.
Ooh, I got 24.
Whoa, 24.
9.
We'll say, Bholen, with a 24, you immediately know the significance of both of these items, both the pewter statue and the dragon scale. You have done a bit of reading about not only about this island, but about the history of the continent and Theondir and the conflict in general. And first of all, you know that the pewter statue, it's a symbol for this area. It's a very famous symbol, and they have these kind of statues that are placed throughout the city in different important areas. And you know that oftentimes they are erected when there's something of significance. So almost like a monument of sorts. And some of the people on the island carry them around in their pockets, these little statues, as representations of the island and of the significance. Something significant. What exactly, why he has it, you don't know. But he has the statue anyway. The scale of the dragon. This is also from your reading. You also know that certain of the soldiers that Felwind has in his
and his army carry around a dragon scale or replicas of them. They're pretty hard to find dragon scales. This one looks like it might be a replica, not an actual real dragon scale. But there's a sense in which, out of their adherence to Bahamut, and as the idea that they are fulfilling their mission to see Bahamut's reign and kingdom come to be on this earth, they carry around these dragon scales, almost something that they're given when they are given their commission.
Okay. Well, should we try to wake up the dude I knocked out?
Yeah, sure.
All
Or
right,
we
I
could
suppose
just kill him.
Well,
What do we need to know?
I don't know.
This is
You
a
wanted
normal.
him alive too, right?
Yeah, no, you're right. We did want him alive, but look, I mean, Cubus kind of spilled the beans on everything.
Yeah.
He's not undead, right? Yeah, he's a human.
He's a human, yeah.
Maybe we get a feel for how many
Yeah.
of
like how many
Felwyn's people are here. Sounds like they're all over the place.
If you guys want to wake him up, you can with. I mean, you can pull out some smelling salts from your pouches, your packets. Wake him up.
I'll get on top of him and just smack him straight across the face until he wakes up.
Eventually, sort of, he
You do
snaps out
1
of
point
it.
of bludgeoning damage and kill him.
Yeah, that's true. I'm guessing you're gonna pull your hits so he doesn't.
Right.
You don't kill him.
I just want to wake him up, but very uncomfortably wake him up.
And he eventually comes to, gagged, tied up. He can't really move. He can't talk.
Say, hey, bitch, how does it feel now, motherfucker?
All right, so we don't ask him.
Who wants to
We wanna-
interrogate?
Let's pull his gag out
Okay. Pull off the gag.
and
Please don't kill me, he says. Please don't kill me.
okay, well, we already killed your friend for not answering our questions, and I point to the other dead body. So are you going to be a little bit more forthcoming with us than he was?
Give me a what's it called? Intimidation check with advantage.
Give me a oh shit check.
So that was 18, and intimidation should be good. So that's a 25.
Wow, he is like clay in your hands.
Okay. So first off, how many ships of the black? What is it called? The Black Order.
Black
How
Order.
many Black Order ships are here?
There were at one point six ships.
Jeez.
I think a couple of them may have sailed, but there's
How
at
many
least.
people per ship?
Oh, we've got crews of over 50 on each ship.
Why are you here? Obviously.
We've been sent by Felwind. Been sent by Felwind to try and retrieve the Vambrace. We've got a fleet headed south to do the same, to find Eldon's Vambrace. We were sent north. We were supposed to find the Tiefling girl, find the key, find the map, find the Vambrace, because Felwyn has given us orders. Within 2 months, he wants to launch the invasion. Ooh.
In 2 months.
2 months from then.
Yeah.
So like a month.
Yeah.
Were we on the sea for like 3 weeks?
Yeah.
Yeah,
3
right.
weeks.
Do you know what his army consists of so far?
Felwyn's army is incredibly powerful. With the Vambraces,
What is
we
that?
should be able to run over. We should be able to run over the island of Felondir without any problem. The orb of Sincaris will be ours. We shall have all 3. Felwyn's mission shall be achieved, and the glory of Bahamut will be restored for the continent.
I'm talking numbers. How many people? How many soldiers does he have?
Hundreds of thousands.
Do I believe him?
I would say so. I mean, you've scared the crap out of him.
Hundreds
pretty much
of thousands?
That's a lot.
Grogil can take care of that, guys. Don't worry.
Why is he doing this now? What's his reason for doing this now? Has he been building up for this for years, or?
He's been building up this since he stepped into power.
And what's your name, by the way?
Thank you.
Emric.
Emric. And what was your friend's name?
He looks over at his friend who's lying there. Darius.
What is your rank?
I'm a commander.
Ooh, commander.
Hey, Commander, you buckled pretty quick, Commander.
Yeah. What about Darius? What was he?
You notice, in fact, that interesting you say that you do see signs of exhaustion from him. The cold weeks of being in this cold environment has gotten to him. He is quite worn down at this point.
What was Darius's rank?
Darius was also a commander, but a commander of higher rank than I was.
I don't know how much more we can get from this guy. We probably should focus more on finding this Vambrace and getting the hell out of here without being undetected.
I'm gonna step in and pull that note out that has that symbol from Nova Oranos.
Yep.
And ask him what escape it refers to, and why are they using undead?
He looks over at Cubius.
And he said, there have been explicit instructions. If Cubius were ever to leave this building, he would be shot dead immediately.
Yeah, and again about the undead. What was with the undead? Why do you have undead with you?
That's Felwin's army. He's building his army on the backs of the undead.
Whoa. The dark arts.
That's how we got so many.
Yeah, that's just wonderful.
Yeah.
If I were you, I would do what we have done. Sensible men, fall in line behind the power. Theondir stands no chance. You might as well live with the oppressor than die under the oppressor's arm.
Well, Tyrius is dead, so we have a point there.
Who's leading your expedition here? Who's the leader?
We have our main captain who's back on the ships.
Oh my god, it's Barnard, isn't it?
What's his name?
Yalar.
Yalar?
Captain Yalar.
Gjalar.
Please, just let me go. I am a victim just as much as any of these other people.
I don't know about that there, buddy.
We're not gonna do that.
We should find that orb thing he had that he took Bholen with. Where is that?
The what?
Oh yeah. How did he capture you again with the orb?
That's actually lying on the table.
Oh.
Do I recognize it?
You didn't see it. You didn't see it when it happened. But you did recognize when you were thrust out of your your prison. You end up next to it. Yeah.
But have I seen an object like that before? Do I know what it does?
Give me an intelligence check just to see if you.
Shit. 11.
11.
Nope, 10.
10. You've heard of things similar to this, magical orbs that are able to sort of capture, trap individuals, people, but you don't really know their origins. You've just heard rumors about them.
We should maybe take this with us.
Okay, well, do you know how to use it?
Nope. But we should maybe take it with us anyway.
Emmerich, how do you use that? How do you use that little ball thing?
You have to say an incantation and slam it on the head of the individual you're trying to imprison. And if they are weak enough or not strong enough to resist it, they will be imprisoned.
How long can you keep them in the prison?
Yeah.
As long as they are able to avoid the power of the magical power.
Okay, what's the incantation?
I don't know it.
Insight check.
Go ahead and give me an insight check.
Yeah, 19.
19. He's telling the truth, it seems.
Okay.
He turns to you and says, Darius is the one who knows that. The incantation. I never learned it. I was never given it. I wasn't of high enough rank. Darius has the incantation, but I don't know it.
Bholen, you don't remember it from when you were taken?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope, happened too quickly.
So let's move on. A few more questions for you.
What is that clicking?
Yeah. What is that?
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, that's me. I have bottle caps on my toes.
Nice.
I asked Emmerich about the group that went south. How many, were the same amount of ships, same amount of people? What can you tell me about the southern
I think
group?
the fleet was upwards of 20 ships. It's a much more dangerous part of the world down there.
And who leads that?
That's led also by our captain, Tinder.
Captain Tinder?
Tinder.
What are we gonna do with him?
I don't know.
We don't. I don't think there's anything more that we can get from him, really. That we need from him. And Tim, you haven't had a chance to commune with the Theondir yet, so we don't know exactly.
I would think within that 2 hours, it's gonna within that 2 hours, I would take some time to meditate and try to commune with Lathander too.
Okay.
We can get there.
I mean, because
go ahead.
I had seen the path. I mean, when on the Tiefling girl, I'd seen the path lit up on her, and do I remember it?
Vaguely, but you weren't able to get a really detailed picture of it. But at this point, Cubius, you hear Cubius let out a sort of an expression of glee as he sets down his ink pen and holds up the two parchments. Now he has finished the two maps after about 2 hours of work, and they look brilliant.
Just make sure to get the right one.
He comes over to you, Bholen, holds the map up, one of the maps up, and places it up against your back to see if it matches perfectly. And it does, in fact. The outline is right there. And he looks to you and says, "The path. Where's the path now?"
Well,
And I think that at that time, I would probably find a quiet corner. Maybe I go in that false door that he tried to escape, find a quiet place to commune and try to meditate. Ask Lathander if he can show me the way once more.
Cubius is watching you curiously as you go through here and begin meditating. What do you say to Lathander in your prayer?
Show me the way.
Yeah. Say, I know I haven't been a good disciple lately. I haven't walked the path of light.
Not Catholic, Tim.
I do not deserve the power that you grant me. I am humbled by your magnificence. I know you have given me this key for some divine purpose, All I ask is you show me the way once more to help guide us in the true path of light.
And in your head, you hear the voice of Lathander respond to you.
Go fuck yourself!
You hear him respond, "My faithful servant, are you prepared to sacrifice for this?"
I would say, in my heart, I will do whatever is required of me.
Roll me a Constitution save.
Lord Commander number 2 coming up.
Constitution save?
Yeah.
Your back is gonna start on fire, dude.
Yeah, that is an 11.
11, okay. You're going to take half of that. You take 2 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Immediately when you speak the final word of that, you rise to your feet, and it feels as if your back begins to blaze, as if someone had poured burning hot coals on your back. You stumble back through this door and fall flat to your face, writhing in pain, as the rest of you see what is happening now on Bholen's bare back, on this is all these markings in the middle of this circular shape. You begin to see a fiery, brilliant light begin to work its way through this area. Cubius, seeing this, takes the map, the parchment, and immediately jumps down onto your back, lays the parchment down on top of your back, and the rest of you see as suddenly now a path begins to get burned through the map, winding its way through the city as the burn goes further and further, heading along the top of the city to the northern part of the city, where the burn comes to the top, where there is a enormous courtyard in the northern part of the city and a small dot in the center of the courtyard. The burning stops there. Bholen, your senses return to you. Cubius holds up the parchment, looks to all of you and says, "You have your map."
Ooh, let's go.
And that is where we can end for today.
Yes!
Nice. That was a good episode.
That's really
That was fun. That was
What about
So
Taco?
much shit happened.
I want to know what's going on with him.